The following is a Q100 sports presentation. Springs Valley Girls High School basketball is on the air. Q100 WFLQ presents exciting coverage of Springs Valley Lady Girls basketball. And tonight's game against the Paoli Rams being brought to you by Bedford Ford Chrysler at the River in Bedford. Boyer Real Estate for residential, commercial, and farm property. Offices in Orleans and Paoli. By Farm Bureau Insurance, solutions you need from a company you know. In Paoli, 723-2704. By Julie's Wags and Whiskers for pet grooming and boarding, just off Highway 37, East Hospital Road, Paoli, 723-3110. Legends Restaurant across from the Fountain in French Lick. Orange County Quick Lube across from Walmart in Paoli. By Smithville Fiber, offering DSL and fast internet service to customers to serve you better. By Springs Valley Bank and Trust. Offices in French Lick, Paoli, and Jasper. Springs Valley Metals, Highway 145, French Lick. By Sullivan Financial, Raymond James Associate Investments, Highway 60 and 9th Streets in Mitchell. Trickle Group Real Estate in Paoli. Look for the green and gold signs. Call 723-4663. And by Wolf Contracting, just west of Paoli, North County Road 275 West, 723-5158. And now, Springs Valley Girls Basketball. Let's go courtside with Q100's Mike Hamilton.
From the gymnasium at Paoli High School in Paoli, Indiana, this is Springs Valley Girls Basketball, where tonight the Lady Blackhawks play the fourth of their 5 straight road games as they take on yet another Patoka Lake Athletic Conference opponent, the 9th-ranked team in Class 2A, the Paoli Lady Rams. Hello again, everyone. Mike Hamilton being joined by Kevin Terrell, and one of the toughest games on the schedule coming up for this Valley squad. Paoli comes in with a record of 15-4, and as I said, the number 9 ranking this week in Class 2A. They also stand at 2-0. In fact, for Paoli, they're starting a stretch where they'll play 4 consecutive road contests, including a home date with Crawford County on Saturday. That was Valley's last opponent on Tuesday night down in Marengo, and the Lady Hawks made it close, but just couldn't quite make the plays down the stretch, and it ended up falling to Christopher Broughton's team by 3. But really, that extends a streak of solid play, Kevin, for this Valley team when you go back to the wins over Wood Memorial and Tecumseh last week, and hopefully as the Lady Hawks continue to build toward tournament time, that strong play will continue.
Yeah, they could have gotten really down on themselves early in the year when they lost those 5 straight games, Mike, but instead of getting bitter, they got better, and they have improved their play throughout the second half of the season. Now they're going to have a tough challenge tonight in the Paoli Lady Rams, one of the premier teams in 2A, really one of the premier teams in all of Southern Indiana. 9th by the coaches poll, 8th was the ranking by Sagarin this week. They are very, very good. This has been a tough matchup for Springs Valley. Traditionally, we looked that up just earlier today. We've lost 13 of the last 14 to these guys, with only that one win coming 2 years ago on what was a really thrilling game, 50-37 win that we did right here 2 years ago in our undefeated regular season that we put forth. This has truly been, though, a matchup that's been a nightmare on Elm Street, as this school is located on. And if we want to avoid an outcome facing Freddie Krueger tonight, we're going to have to take care of the ball against their pressure. We're going to have to rebound the ball better than we ever have, and we're going to have to stop Jacqueline Rice inside somehow.
All right, that remains to be seen. Springs Valley at 8-8 on the year. Paoli at 15-4, getting set to knock heads here this evening in Paoli. When we come back, we'll be joined by head coach Marty Niehaus on the Springs Valley Girls Basketball Report. He'll join us in a moment. This is Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell, at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
It's 2018. Is your 2018 New Year's resolution to find or refinance your forever home? Will you start planning for retirement? Are you preparing to open a business? If so, Springs Valley's team is here to enhance your financial quality of life. Visit svbt.com, call 800-843-4947, or stop by any of our banking centers to learn more about the many products and services Springs Valley has to offer. Let Springs Valley Bank and Trust make 2018 your best financial year yet. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is the Springs Valley Girls Basketball Report with head coach Marty Niehaus as the Lady Blackhawks go on the road to face county and conference rival Paoli. Coaches, we go back to Tuesday night, coming off a couple of nice wins against potential sectional opponents on the road in Wood, Memorial, and Tecumseh, so at least getting the road trip started off on the right foot, and neck and neck with Crawford County virtually all the way, just couldn't quite pull it out there at the end.
Yeah, I thought the girls gave a good effort down at Crawford. Just a little too much Addie Simpson for us. And I'd hope that we could do a little bit better job on her, but she's hard to guard. I mean, we step back, she could drill threes, so we try to, play her a little bit tighter, and then she drove right past us, and she did a great job of, even eluding our help defense, and a lot of times she got in where she went to the bucket. So, that hurt us, but I thought on the offensive end, we executed pretty well. We did a nice job. We were very aggressive, we were going to the bucket hard, and so that was a real plus for us, I thought.
Talk about Jewel's play. I don't think she was quite as dominant as she has been against Wood and Tecumseh, which really put a lot of special emphasis on her. Talk a little bit about her and how her team was able to, recognize that opportunity.
Well, I think that Crawford's zone was more of a matchup. It wasn't a typical 2-3 zone where they were really looking to pack it in and try to take it away from Jewel. So they were spread out a little bit, made it a little bit easier for us to get the ball to Jewel. And I think all year long the kids have done a good job of looking for her when she's available. And she had a little bit of a size advantage on the Crawford post players, and so she took full advantage of that and had a really nice night.
Coach, it seems like when you do two things, get off to a pretty good start and then also take care of the basketball, usually things turn out well, or if not, at least you're very competitive. Was this the case you felt in the game Tuesday night?
Yeah, we did. We got off to a great start. I thought, the matchup zone that Crawford was playing was something that we really hadn't seen before, but we, did a great job of finding ways to exploit that, and we really attacked well, and that happened from the get-go. And then at the same time, Crawford tried to press us a little bit, and we got through that thing real nice, and kind of punished them a little bit because we got to the bucket, and instead of turning the ball over, we turned it into scoring opportunities for us. So those two things were key. I thought that kind of took part of Crawford's game plan away right from the beginning.
Like you did earlier with Northeast DuBois and Orleans, going to get an introduction tonight into the Springs Valley Paoli rivalry, which is pretty strong, although Paoli seemed to control things over the last few years. But tell us a little bit about your thoughts of this Lady Ram team.
Well, I obviously have not been a part of this rivalry, but I figure it's probably like a Forest Park Jasper rivalry, pretty much, across county, bigger school, smaller school type thing. I definitely sensed a little bit of different feeling among the players as we get ready, as we prepared for this game. They were pretty pumped up to play tonight. So hoping, that we take that energy and turn it into good play and not jitters. Sometimes that can happen as well.
They're known pretty much for their defensive pressure. Sometimes they'll pick you up all over the court. Sometimes they'll trap. What are you expecting from them tonight?
Well, I definitely know that they play good aggressive defense, and they're physical, and they're probably bigger than us at every position, and so I'm hoping that the game doesn't turn into a contest of who's the strongest, because I don't know that we can match them on that. But I think if we play smart and hold our ground against their pressure, we should be able to compete.
Do you feel like their depth may have a little bit of an advantage for them?
Yeah, I know they use a lot of players, and that's something that we don't really do too much of. So I'm sure they're going to. I know they look to run it up down the floor, which we like to run it up down the floor, but hopefully the depth situation is not too big of a disadvantage for us.
And Coach, pretty much everybody healthy coming in tonight?
Yeah, the varsity kids are all good. We're still missing a JV player, but the varsity kids are good to go, and hopefully it stays that way.
All right. And Coach, just as a final thought, with 3 losses, probably not likely to really have a shot here at the conference, so maybe an opportunity to play the role of spoiler, but also in the overall long run as you continue to wind down into this home stretch, playing well certainly has to be a priority.
Right, we're trying to look towards the tournament at this point in time, is the way I see it, and, this is an opportunity for us to get better, and fine-tune things for the tournament, and so, that's kind of the way that we're approaching tonight's game.
All right, hopefully that'll happen. Thanks for joining us as always, Coach. Go out and get them tonight.
All right, thanks, Mike.
And this has been the Springs Valley Girls Basketball Report with head coach Marty Niehaus as the Lady Hawks take on Paoli. We'll have more of our pregame in a moment. This is Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
Score big with the region's best internet deal for the best speed. Here's some great news. When you switch to Smithville for our nationally recognised internet service, you automatically get our best speed available. We don't sell speed tiers or data caps. So if you're tired of reading the fine print on internet speed, get Smithville's rock-solid internet platform. Go online today at switchtosmithville.com and get Smithville's best speed. That's switchtosmithville.com.
A message from Springs Valley Meadows and Prince Lake.
As we age, recuperating from an illness or surgery may take more time than it used to. It's important for you to follow your doctor's discharge orders and include physical, occupational, and speech therapies when needed. Skimping on post-hospitalization therapy can cause potential falls and infections. So do it for yourself and do it for the ones you love.
The road to recovery begins at Springs Valley Meadows and Prince Lake, where caring people make the difference.
Call us at 936-9991.
This is Springs Valley senior forward Alana Nelson. Here every dribble, pass, and shot of Lady Blackhawks basketball on the sports voice of the Valley, Q100.
Joined now by the head coach of the Paoli Lady Rams, Scott Blankenbaker. And, Coach, we catch up for the second time. Things were going well right before you played Orleans when we had you on last, and I don't think a whole lot's changed. Maybe a couple blips in the schedule, but other than that, things seem to be going pretty well.
Yeah, the girls are starting to come together, and we're starting to play some of our best basketball late in the season. That's what you want. You want to be able to be at your top game when sectional rolls around, and I think we're progressing that way. We've had a couple really good games. We had a really, really good Toby Yoho tournament. I thought we played extremely well. We had about a quarter and a half that we didn't play well, and it cost us a game. But other than that, we played some really tough competition and got a couple big wins. So, we're heading in the right direction, and that's what you got to have come to the end of the season and preparing for sectional.
Is this a group that has learned their roles well, and you talk about the basketball IQ, things like that? Has that all come together the way you'd like to see it right now?
They have. They've accepted their roles. We've got some kids that come off the bench that they know when they're in the game, they might not be in the game to look to score. Now we want them scoring if they can, but they know that they're in for defense. They know that they're in to help run the offense and so forth. Because we've got established scorers. We've got kids we're going to try to get the ball to, and that's probably 4 or 5 kids. It could be somebody different every night. But the other ones that are coming in, they know when they're in there, they're going to have to play good defense. They're going to have to rebound. They're going to have to do those little things. And so far to this point, they've bought into that pretty well. And, that's the result of some of the wins we've had here late, is because we've had a pretty deep bench and because they believe in what we're trying to do.
Have you seen good things out of virtually all areas of the game so far?
We have. There's a few things we need to clean up. Again, right before sectional, we hope. We're doing a lot better job of valuing each possession. We're getting to the point where we're playing each possession like it's our last possession. And when you get to that point, I think you got some good things coming ahead of you. And they're doing that. They're being a lot smarter with the ball. In the last 4 or 5 games, I think we've averaged. I have to look at the stats to make sure, but I think we've only averaged like 8 to 10 turnovers. For us, that's really, really good. Because at the beginning of the season, I think we were up closer to the 18 to 20 turnovers per game, and we really cut into that. But that's just being more acclimated into what we're wanting to do, not rushing stuff like we were early in the season. Now we're being a little more patient. We're still going to get out and go. We're still going to try to run our break. We're still going to try to pick the pace up and play to the pace we want to play at, but they're just doing a lot better at handling the pressure that we've been seeing and not making too many silly turnovers.
Coach, if our listeners are wondering why I haven't brought up any names, it's just the fact that I'm so impressed with the fact that you are team-oriented, 7, 8, 9 players deep as well, a lot of interchangeable parts, and that's probably helped contribute to the success.
It really has. It's gotten to the point where, at any given night, we're going to have a kid that's going to step up and play well and do, not as so much on the scoring end of it, but we're going to have that kid that's going to step up and get a big rebound or two, that's going to play some really good defense. Again, we've got the kids, we've got pretty good established scorers, the ones that's been leading us all season. The thing that's different is we've got 6 or 7 kids that's off of that bench coming in, and a couple of the starters even, that if one of those, what we call scorers, is having a little bit of an off night, somebody's picking it up. Here recently, Madison Street's been playing extremely well. She's getting to the rim. Callie Jo Baker's getting to the rim, hitting some shots. Bella Brewster has stepped up and hit some big shots for us. So those are the things that, as you get deeper into your season and get ready for sectional, now teams that are looking at us or scouting us are thinking, okay, now we can't just concentrate on this player or this player. They've had this kid step up and make some pretty big shots. So, they're going to kind of have to pick their poison. Where are they going to try to stop us at? Because at this point, we're playing pretty well through 7, 8 kids.
I'm not sure that if you had your druthers and you were the athletic director making out the schedule that you want to schedule 4 consecutive conference games here and all pretty much right here at the end of the season, but it is what it is. And starting with Valley tonight, as we've talked about, you control your own destiny.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We've had a couple of conference games already, and we've played pretty well so far in the conference. But to me, and not taking away anything from the teams we've played previously, this is where the conference gets a little bit tougher, and it's going to get a little bit tougher. We've got Springs Valley Thursday night. We've got Crawford County on Saturday, and then we go to Mitchell and West Washington the following week. It's going to get pretty tough. And for us, and I've said this all along, we're not going to win the conference outright unless we sweep it, because I think our conference is that good. I think it, and we don't want to tie. We don't want to be co-champs, tri-champs. We want to win it outright. And for us to do that, it's got to start against Valley Thursday night, and we're going to have to play well to beat them. They're a very solid team, and they're coming on strong late in the season as well.
Coach, give us your impressions of this Valley team.
They're a team that I think we're going to be deeper than them on the bench. Marty's doing a really good job with them of getting them to play the style she wants them to play. I think we'll have an advantage when it comes to the depth. But with that being said, we went down and scouted them the other night against Crawford County, and I thought their post play looked as good as any post play we've seen all season. The McCormick girl is doing an extremely good job and very physical inside. From last year, I think she's improved 100%. I think she is one of the better post players in our conference for sure. She's more physical. She's finishing her shots. Her free throws are looking good. She's hitting free throws. And then you've got the Meehan girl on the other side. When they get in the game together, that's a pretty good combination. They do really, really good at a high-low combination. So, it's going to be a tough matchup for us, and we're looking forward to it. Tonight will tell, how we're going to play the rest of the conference, in my opinion. So if we can play Springs Valley well tonight, then, it'll help us later on in the next couple of games.
Any other keys then you haven't already touched on?
Well, I think, we're definitely going to have to try to handle the post play. We've got some good post players ourselves, but we're going to have to handle the post play, and we're going to have to be able to close out on shooters, because they've got some kids that can shoot the ball pretty well too. So I think Marty's got them playing really, really well here late in the season, and of course that's what you want. You want your team playing the best ball late in the season, and she's got them playing well. So it's going to be a tough matchup. we're going to go into it again trying to play our style, the way we want to play, and we want to kind of dictate the pace, and hopefully we'll be able to. So it'll be a lot of fun. It should be a packed house, and it'll be a good game. It'll be a good game to watch.
All right, Coach, thanks for joining us before the ball game. Looking forward to seeing your team back in action again, and we wish you the best not only tonight, of course, but on through the rest of the season.
All righty, thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
That is Scott Blankenbaker, the head coach of the Paoli Lady Rams, joining us prior to tonight's game as the Lady Hawks take on Paoli. We'll have more of our pregame in a moment. This is Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
Tired of having to drive all over the place just to find a restaurant that offers quality food at affordable prices that's also kid-friendly? Surprise! There's one right in your own backyard. Legends Family Restaurant in French Lick has a variety of menu items designed to satisfy even the most discriminating appetite, including the best wings around, all at prices that won't wreck the budget. And Legends has a kids menu that'll have the little ones wanting to come back for more. They even have a large party room to help you pull off that special event for anywhere from 2 to 200 hungry people. For reservations, just call 936-6338. Legends Family Restaurant across from the Fountain in downtown French Lick. Start your own tradition.
Signs may come and go, but one sign to watch out for that will always be there when you're buying or selling property is Trinkle Group Real Estate in Paoli. You can count on Trinkle Group to help you find just the right home or property in the exact setting you're looking for. Trinkle Group Real Estate is a member of a multiple listing service with many residential and commercial listings in the area. Talk to Rosemary Trinkle or any of her agents, and they'll get to work for you right away. For real estate appraisals, just look for the green and yellow signs of Trinkle Group Real Estate in Paoli. Call 877-723-5593.
Safety is a big concern when I'm driving a race car capable of 200 miles per hour. This is Chase Briscoe. Safety is even more important for me in my street car. Richard Burton, Steve Warren, and all of them over at Bedford Ford, Lincoln, and Roush decided that they wanted to help me out, so they put me in a 2016 Ford Fusion. 8 airbags, advanced track stability control, and rear camera make my new Ford Fusion have the highest safety ratings. You can put your family in one of these great cars too. Protect yourself and your family, just like me at Bedford Ford, Lincoln. Chase Briscoe and Bedford Ford want to know who's next. Shop 24/7 at drivebedford.com.
Go Springs Valley Basketball and go to Babcock Motors, Orange County's only new car dealer. See the new Chevy Equinox and the big inventory of used pickups at Babcock Motors, your Chevrolet dealer in Orange County. That's Babcock Motors in Orleans.
The folks at Judy Meehan and Associates Real Estate in French Lick are big on Springs Valley Girls Basketball, and they're big on serving real estate buyers and sellers in Orange and surrounding counties. Stop by their office on College Street in French Lick and see what's available, or call Judy Meehan and Associates at 936-7300.
This is Springs Valley Senior Forward Elizabeth Simley. Thanks for listening to Lady Blackhawk Basketball right here on Q100.
Lady Hawks and Lady Rams ready for another tussle. Let's take a look at the starting lineups in the contest. Here to give us the rundown, our very own Kevin Terrell.
Thank you, Mike. Cold, rainy, dreary outside, but the action will be hot and heavy tonight here at Paoli when the 15-4 Paoli Rams host the Springs Valley Blackhawks at 8-8. For the Lady Rams, they go this way. Kelly Baker, 5'6" and a senior. She starts at the backcourt along with 5'4" junior Madison Street. Both those kids score just around 4 points a game. Keaton Chastain starts in the front court. She's 5'10" and a junior. She's a major problem, scoring 13.6 a game. Bella Brewster, 5'10" and a junior, starts next to her, 6.1 a game for her. And Jacqueline Rice, 5'11" and a junior, their leading scorer at 13.7 a game. She will be a major factor for Scott Blankenbaker, who is in his second year, 28 and 16 in his career, looking to bring a sectional title back in a few weeks for the Lady Rams. For the Hawks, at 8-8, they go this way. Kyra Harrell, 5'5" and a senior. She's scoring 6 a game with Leah Penturi next to her. 4.4 a game for Leah. She's 5'4" and a junior. Leading scorer is sophomore Jewel McCormick. She's 5'10". She starts up front, 14.4 a game for Jewel in the middle. Alana Nelson, 5'9" and a senior, scoring 5.5 a game. And then the X-Factor, Stevie McNew, 5'8" and a junior. McBuckets is scoring 12.1 a game. Well, we're getting ready to start it here. Nick Weiniger and Craig Bechtel, among others, getting ready to tip it off. Scott Arthur will be ready to go in what's one of the most anticipated games of the year, Springs Valley Girls against the Paoli Lady Rams. And here to bring you the play-by-play, our very own Mike Hamilton.
Thank you very much, Kevin Terrell, as Jewel McCormick out-jumps Jacqueline Rice on the tip, and the Lady Hawks go on the attack first. Kyra Harrell lobs it in low to Jewel. One dribble, puts it up off the glass, no good. And the rebound pulled out of there by Jacqueline Rice. Valley had a good look on their first shot attempt of the game, couldn't get it to go. Now, here is Baker, the lone senior in the starting lineup, only 2 total on this team. Anna Hutchison, their 6-foot senior, comes off the bench. And getting things started is Jacqueline Rice. Even though she's listed as a center, she steps out on the right wing and buries the 3, and it's a good start for Paoli. Wild pass comes over on the right side to Alana Nelson, who had a moment of indecision, couldn't decide what to do, and shuffled her feet in the process. So a missed shot and a turnover have accounted for Valley's first 2 possessions of the game.
Rams did not run particularly good, effective zone offense there. Rice came out on a broken play, just came out and fired one in from 20 feet. That's not a good sign if she starts shooting that well from downtown.
Baker, right side. As Valley going man, down to the corner it goes to Street. Token pressure down there in the corner by Punturi, almost a steal by Kyra Harrell. Baker goes back to Street, in low to Rice, turns, kicked it back in the corner now to Street. Her 3 is off target, but the rebound run down by Keaton Chastain. Off to Street, down low, a shot put up, missed by Bella Brewster, and the long rebound tapped out of bounds. And again, Valley unable to come up with it, and it'll stay with the Lady Rams.
Well, among other things, and there's a myriad of problems Valley has to worry about tonight against this high-powered Paoli club, but it's the offensive rebound for the Rams. They really attacked the glass well. Already 2 offensive rebounds in the early going.
Street in low to Brewster, turns on McNew, and Stevie they're going to call a traveling violation on Bella Brewster.
Greg Bechtel right on top of it. That's something you don't hear every day, but a good call right there as she did shuffle her feet near the rim.
There's the full court pressure, and Valley not across yet. Alana finally gets it over now to Leah Pinturi, just inside the 10-second line. Nice little crossover move down the lane, lobs it in low to Jewel, and it spun out, hit the back of the rim, the front of the rim, and kicked out of there. Otherwise, Valley would have had their first basket of the contest.
Good offense by the Hawks. Early, they've got the ball to McCormick twice in the paint. Just got to continue to do that. Eventually, she will deliver.
2 minutes into the contest, early 3-0 lead for Paoli on the Sullivan Financial board. There's a steal by Alana Nelson. She's on a break to the other end, takes it up and had it blocked away. But we're going to get our first foul of the game, and it's going to go on Madison Street, who had to get over and try to cover, and Alana will try to get Valley's first points at the stripe.
That's a strange play call by Scott Blankenbaker. They were trying to run the clear out. I understand that, but it's the one player for Valley that can guard man-to-man is Nelson. She went for the steal, read it well, got the breakaway.
And the first free throw is up and good. Atlanta continues to shoot well at the stripe. Now 74%. That is the best on the team.
She's got an odd way of stepping up to the line there. She misses that one. Coach Blankenbaker thinks she's stepping on the line. I think he might be right.
Quickly into the front court. Chastain in low to Rice. Little up and under move. Missed it. Got her own rebound. Overshot the goal. And there's Kyra Harrell for the weak side rebound. Valley a chance to tie. 5:40 to go here in the opening quarter. Venturi guarded by Street. Little crossover move to the top of the key. Shovels it off now to McNew. Top of the key to Nelson, who moves it around right side to McCormick. Now Kyra back in low, intended to go to McCormick in a good anticipation. Rice stepped in front of her and stole it. Then on the other end, a bad pass. Rice tried to go to Keaton Chastain up court, and it's over her head and out of bounds as Paoli with their uncharacteristic third turnover. Boy, good skip pass by Liu. Cross-courts it now to Stevie, who leaves it off now for Punturi.
Right now, early, Mike, the full court pressure for the Rams, not a factor. Hawks are set up well to break it and have done so.
Good crossover move. Down the lane goes Punturi, had it blocked away. Rice is out of there with it. Takes it all the way down, runs in, and they're going to call the foul here on Kyra Harrell. Thought maybe they might get Rice for a traveling violation. She took two giant steps before putting that up. Instead, she'll shoot free throws as Kyra picks up the Lady Hawks' first personal of the contest.
It's a football term, Mike, but I think it applies to Jacqueline Rice. She plays downhill. She gets going with a head of steam. When she gets those rebounds, it goes full court like that, and there's no stopping her. Not much finesse there. She's not going to go around people. She is going to go all the way to the front of the rim if she can.
Scott Blankenbaker's already gone to his bench, and we'll see that depth tonight. E.B. Kirby into the lineup as the free throw missed. Oh, and then McCormick threw it right into Bella Brewster, who got tripped up on her drive into the lane. Boy, I thought that Jewel saw Leah right there underneath the rim. Instead, Jewel made a wild pass, and Brewster picked it off, and now Leah called for the foul, her first. So it'll stay with Paoli. As it comes into Brewster, she'll launch a three out of the corner, and that one is good. So Paoli has knocked down 2 triples here, and they have extended the lead now to 6-1. Venturi quickly into the front court. She's going to launch a long three. No good, and Jewel trying to come up with a rebound on the air ball, could not hang on to it. And again, when this team, Kevin Valley, takes care of the basketball, gets off to a good start, they're usually more often than not successful. So I know we've got a long way to go, but you don't want to get down too much against this pretty good Paoli team. Almost a steal by McNew. They work it in low to Rice. Backs her way in with a nice up and under move around Jewel McCormick. And that's 5 points now for Jacqueline Rice, and Paoli off to a quick 8-1 run, and Marty Niehaus needs a 30-second timeout with 4:11 remaining here in the opening quarter. And Paoli on their home floor has jumped out to an 8-1 lead on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. The key right now, Kevin, Valley getting some good shots. They've had a couple of point-blank opportunities from Jewel, just not getting them to go. So you feel like they look semi-evenly matched, but then you look up at the scoreboard and it's 8-1.
Well, Paoli's half-court defense can be had. We know that from watching them play in previous games, from on tape, and from the game we did against Orleans. So if you can break their pressure, which Valley has, for the most part, we've been able to get good shots. I didn't like Venturi's quick three that last time, like that was a force. But other than that, we've ran our stuff and got the ball where we wanted to go. You just got to deliver those shots inside, and when we score on those from inside, when Jewel scores up, we can come back and set our defense up. We just have to finish better in the paint.
E.B. Kirby, 5'4" sophomore, a little over 1 a game in the lineup as they work it in low to Jewel. Turns on Anna Hutchison, banks it off the window and in. So they give a break here to Bella Brewster, and Jewel makes him pay with the post-up move, and then on the other end, Rice misses a three. Here's McNew back the other way on the dribble, tries to lob it in low, tip pass, stolen, scramble for it, and Jewel the last to touch it.
Stevie's got to get down and deliver that on the bounce, Mike. She's trying to beat it too far upright. The Paoli defenders had their hands up above their shoulders like they're supposed to. Made that post feed difficult, and if she's not going to get down low, it's going to be a lot of turnovers. That's the 4th turnover of the night already on Valley.
She'll go out. Elizabeth Stimley checks in for the first time, 5'6" senior at 2 points per contest. Early 5-point lead, 3.5 to go here in the opening quarter. Chastain has it outside, works it around to Rice. Back to Chastain, driving in, met by Alana Nelson, but Keaton able to put it up off the glass and in anyway.
Good job by Paoli to run their stuff against the sagging man of Valley, for Chastain to get her balance and knock it home, and the Rams up 7.
And another Valley turnover as they are struggling here, taking care of the basketball, and this is what we talked about. They've got to stay strong here against a good defensive team.
And it's not full court pressure by Paoli that's bothering the Hawks. It's in the half court. If we're just getting bumped off our cuts, losing our balance, and not being strong enough with the ball. 5th Valley turnover of the quarter.
Oh, they allow Baker to go, or Street to go all the way down the lane, but good job by Jewel to get a piece of it. Here's Leah. Oh, lost the handle again. Can she retrieve it? She does, and then bounces it off of Baker and out of bounds.
Too much sizzle, not enough steak right now for the Valley. They were doing a lot of dribbling the basketball in the perimeter, and Paoli's active hands are bothering us. We're going to pass the ball and move it.
And that's through the hands of Kyra Harrell. Double-teamed is Street. Gets it off now to Anna Hutchison. So the Hawks continue to be error-prone. There's a steal by Alana Nelson, anticipating the pass up court to what was at the time a wide-open Jacqueline Rice.
The turnover factory going right here, Mike. Both teams coughing it up at an alarming rate.
Here is Jewel out beyond the arc, works it around now to Nelson. 2:20 to go in the quarter. Valley an early 7-point trailer. Kyra had it poked away from her and out of bounds by Madison Street. Now we'll see Bella Brewster return as Anna Hutchison goes out. Now Marissa Meehan will check in and give Jewel a breather. Marissa, 5'11" senior, at 3 points a game. Valley trying to not get buried here at the outset. As Atlanta looks to get it in, it does now to Stemley, who got bumped, no call. Elizabeth on the dribble out front, picks up the dribble and tries to hand off to Kyra Harrell, but Madison Street reached through and picks up the personal foul, and that's a good sign for Valley because that is Madison Street's second foul, and that's key because she really does a great job, Kevin, of running the floor. She's the floor general for this Paoli team.
Of course, the Rams have a little more depth than we do as they continue to sub liberally to Scott Blankenbaker, and he brings in Audrey Blankenbaker just now on that whistle.
5'6" sophomore. There's a lob into Marissa, backs her way in on Rice, had it knocked away, and then gets tied up. As good weak side help by E.B. Kirby got the jump ball, and that is now 7 first quarter turnovers here on Valley as the arrow was pointing Paoli's way.
Not a winning formula again. We got the ball inside where we need to get it. Marissa needed to go up with it. Instead, put it on the deck. It's not her strong suit.
Blankenbaker will heave up a three that's no good, and Elizabeth Stemley able to corral the rebound. Valley's not done bad. They've only given up 10 first quarter points. The problem, they only have 3 themselves. Minute 40 to go in the opening quarter. Harrell, free throw line now to Meehan. Marissa on the hold, tries to go down low, and the pass tip. And a good job by Jacqueline Rice to out-hustle the Valley players, and as it was going out of bounds, saved it off of a Valley player as Kyra Harrell took a hard tumble to the floor. Well, we've seen her get banged up a bunch of times this year, and she'll head to the sidelines for now and try to walk it off. As Stevie McNew back in, also Jewel back in there now for Valley.
That was a great play by Jacqueline Rice, Mike, who came all the way from the middle of the floor there, out-hustled us for the ball, ran past a couple of Valley players and knocked it off of Kyra's knee. That's just good basketball by one of the area's best, Jacqueline Rice.
Here's Blankenbaker, spots up for a three, would not go, but the offensive rebound by Callie Baker, and right now Paoli just out-hustling Valley here. Out front, Kirby works it around to Blankenbaker, to Baker, who goes all the way in, misses the layup. Ball tapped around, grabbed by Hutchison, double-teamed, tried to bounce it off of Meehan, could not, and then there's a ball knocked away as Elizabeth Stemley careless, and that'll allow an easy layup for Keaton Chastain. And Valley just absolutely falling apart right now.
Well, just like the movie we talked about, it is a nightmare on Elm Street right now. It's scary in here. Hawks really struggling taking care of the ball. They've got 9 first quarter turnovers.
And Leah trying to create something there will earn a trip to the free throw line. She drove it all the way to the baseline, tried to throw up the runner, and draws the foul on Callie Baker. That is her first. So Leah at the line here to shoot 2 as Valley's fallen behind by 9 here early in the second quarter. The free throw by Leah is perfect. And Marissa Meehan out, Alana Nelson back in for the final 42 seconds here of this opening period. And Leah will try to trim the deficit to 7 here if she converts this one, which she does. So Valley 3 for 4 now at the line as Leah has her first points. Now Rice in, Hutchison out. As Paoli in white, moving left to right, and Springs Valley in their traveling black uniforms. Baker walks it into the front court. Picked up by Nelson, works it around to Chastain as Paoli spread the floor here. And Brewster has it perimeter left, 25 seconds to go. So it's Scott Blankenbaker in his second year with the Rams, yelling out instructions. Baker takes it down to the corner to Kirby in low. It goes to Bella Brewster, whose shot was blocked again by Jewel McCormick, and then as Jewel came up with a rebound, she drew the foul. It'll go on Bella Brewster. That's her first, and the team's fourth.
A couple minutes ago, Valley went to that base defense they've employed lately, that 1-2-2 zone with Nelson at the top. It's bothering Paoli's offense a little bit, who doesn't look smooth at all either. We just got to fix our own offense.
5 seconds in the quarter. Hook pass in low to Jewel, who puts it up off the glass, couldn't get it to go, and that'll do it for the opening quarter of play. Tough first quarter for the Hawks. They only allow 12, but manage just 5 themselves. They'll go to the second quarter down 7 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard to Paoli. This is Springs Valley girls basketball.
As parents of a child who was actively involved in school athletics and extracurricular activities, Brian and Annette Hawkins of Wolf Contracting know the sacrifices parents make in attending games and getting them to and from practice, and salute these parents for their extraordinary commitment. As citizens who care about our environment, the Hawkins hope you'll join them in their recycling efforts to make Orange County a safe and enjoyable place to live. Proud to call Orange County home. Wolf Contracting, just west of Paoli.
Go Blackhawks and go to Springs Valley Supply on Highway 145 in French Lick. Stop by for top quality Valspar paints for interior and exterior protection. And see the line of Cabot stains for steps and decks at Springs Valley Supply, your steel dealer in French Lick.
Go Springs Valley Basketball and go to Babcock Motors, Orange County's only new car dealer. See the new Chevy Equinox and the big inventory of used pickups at Babcock Motors, your Chevrolet dealer in Orange County. That's Babcock Motors in Orleans.
This is Springs Valley Junior Ford Abby Kendall, your power station for Lady Blackhawk Sports is Q100 WFLQ.
Ready to start the second quarter, and Kevin, all things considered, I think Valley fortunate to consider themselves only down 7 through the first 8 minutes.
Could be worse. Our defense has kept us in it, and Paoli's missed some makeable shots. We just got to take care of the ball better. Can't cough it up 9 times in a quarter and expect to beat anybody good on the road. Hawks just got to get some shots off and go to the rim.
And there's one by Alana Nelson just to the right of the foul line, dropping one in, as Alana continuing to be a major offensive threat for this Lady Hawk team, and they've cut the deficit to 5 now at 12-7. Baker drives it left, lobs it in low to Brewster, puts it up, couldn't get it. Rice the rebound, back up, no good, but another foul as the Lady Hawks continuing. It's starting to be a major problem for this team as they just cannot find a body to check out, and allowing second and third chance opportunities as Elizabeth Stimley called for her first foul.
Well, we were worried about Jacqueline Rice coming in the game, and for good reason, as she misses that free throw. She struck him from the line a bit, but she's already got 7 rebounds, Mike, in just a little bit over 8 minutes of action. She's well on her way to a double-double.
She's normally a good free throw shooter at 76%, but she's now 0 for 4. She missed a pair there.
We'll take it.
Remains a 5-point Paoli lead. Lobs out of the corner to McNews. Stevie drives the baseline. Lays it up. Got it. Nice baseline move by Stevie for her first bucket. Valley with the first 4 of the second quarter. They're within 3 all of a sudden. In low, Rice. Post up McCormick. Scoops it up too hard. And Alana Nelson this time able to grab the rebound as Valley a chance to get a little closer. Quickly into the front court. A wild shot thrown up by Stevie. Elizabeth Stimley able to throw it in. And it's loose on the floor, picked up by Rice. Ahead to Baker, comes in on Punturi, stops, banks it off, couldn't get it to go, and another rebound for Jewel.
Dodging bullets all over the place. Rams can't buy a basket. We just got to calm down and take a good one.
Here's Stevie. In low to Jewel, and it's poked away by Bella Brewster, and out of bounds.
Boy, Stevie's having a tough time getting low tonight. She's very upright with the ball, and that's the absolute wrong thing to do against Paoli. They're going to talk to her about it on the bench a little bit, as we'll double in a little bit here, down by 3.
Kyra Harrell back in. She gets it inbounds to Leah, who drives it to the wing, now steps back out front. Goes back now to Kyra. Here comes a 3. Good! Kyra from deep on the right wing, able to bury it. Lady Hawks with the first 7 of the quarter, and we are tied at 12. In low, power move by Rice. Draws the 2-shot foul as Jewel got her with the body, and I want to tell you what, Jacqueline Rice has some fantastic post-up moves.
She's well taught. She's been well coached by this Paoli staff. And you can tell she's got every right shoulder, left shoulder move. She's got the up and under. Good footwork. Right now, though, they can't get her to hit free throws. She's 0 for 5. That's really keeping Valley into the game. On our end, I don't know why Paoli's playing zone. They went zone on the out of bounds, paid the price by giving Harrell a wide open shot. 2 of our baskets this quarter have been against a very poor Paoli zone. They need to play man-to-man and turn us over. Not real sure what Coach Blankenbaker's opting to do here.
Rice hits that one. Paoli back up by 1. Almost 2 minutes gone, second quarter. Venturi picks up the dribble, baseline to Nelson. Out of the wing now to Kyra Harrell. Slides off the Venturi screen, lobs it in low to Jewel for the catch. Oh, Looked like she got clobbered, and then a nice job by Alana Nelson to get in and tie up. Kayla Bailey, who's checked in now, as Scott Blankenbaker continues to go deeper into his bench. She's a 5'4" sophomore, averaging a half point a game. And as I say that, yet one more new face, Sierra Manship, a 5'7" sophomore. So maybe Scott Blankenbaker's plan here, Kevin, just to wear down Valley, will probably go 6 and at tops, maybe 7 deep here tonight.
War of attrition's what he wants. We'll see how that works out for us. Right now the game is played at a certain pace. Valley can play at this style if they can keep it around this pace of game. It's been really slow so far.
Rice all the way to the goal. Just got a step on Jewel McCormick and beat her off the dribble. That's 8 points now for Jacqueline Rice. 3-point lead as Leah Punturi, out of control, loses the basketball. Bailey back the other way, had it knocked away, stolen by Leah Punturi, and they're going to call a jump ball as again, Paoli known for their physicality, and if the officials don't call it that way, then they're going to get away with a lot of stuff, and it looked like Bailey smashed into Punturi. Instead of calling the foul, they called the jump ball, and even though Valley will get it, they'll lose possession of the arrow.
We can't get rattled by that, though. We just got to be tough and physical ourselves, deliver the blows in our own way.
Here's a baseline 10-footer. It's an air ball by Stevie. Good job by Jacqueline Rice to run out at her and alter that shot. Now there goes Chastain to the baseline, puts up the 10-footer, no good, and they're going to get Keaton Chastain over the back.
That's a poor decision by Chastain, not necessarily the foul, but to try to go one-on-one to her left against Paoli, or against rather Springs Valley's best defender, and Nelson. Nelson had her locked up all the way.
You know, Kevin, even Scott Blankenbaker, I talked to him this week, he even admits that Keaton Chastain is bullheaded and will always go left. No matter what, she'll go left. Even though everybody knows she's going to go left, guess what? She still goes left. We saw it there.
Hey, she's J Street like in my town. She's one way.
Bob in low to Stemley. Elizabeth in trouble. Had it blocked away again. Picked up by Bella Brewster. Valley got it tied, but they're down 3 right now. Here is Brewster outside the arc. Lobs it in low now to Bailey. Goes back to Brewster on the wing. Up top now to Anna Hutchison. 4:25 to go here in the first half. Paoli hanging tough with a 9th-ranked team in Class 2A. Brewster deep on the left wing. Takes it out to the middle of the floor and gives way now to Bailey. She'll go on the right side to Baker. Callie Baker works it around now to Rice. Just on the hold. Not much pressure out there. To Baker, who comes back on the near side to Brewster, around to Rice. Here comes another 3. It's an air ball. Bailey, the rebound, gets it off to Bella Brewster. It's a short 10-footer. And once again, second chance opportunities just killing the Lady Hawks.
You said it, 8th offensive rebound of the night. Very difficult to rebound on an air ball. That time Paoli takes advantage and gets the second chance bucket.
And Marty Niehaus having to burn her second time out of the ball game. This is a 30 with 3:47 remaining here. Lady Hawks did a great job of scoring the first 7 of this quarter. A 3 by Kyra Harrell, and then baskets by Alana Nelson and Stevie McNew to pull even at 12. But since that time, a free throw and a basket by Jacqueline Rice and a second chance opportunity by Bella Brewster has pushed the Lady Ram lead back up to 5.
Tell you what, Mike, we ought to talk a little bit about the defensive strategy of Springs Valley. Haven't mentioned it yet. They're playing one defense at 3-2 after buckets, and they're playing the man-to-man at times as they're mixing it up on the sideline there. Coach Niehaus changing defenses all the time, and it's really bothering Paoli, who is running seemingly the wrong set no matter what they try to do. They run man against Paoli, or against Springs Valley's zone. They're running zone stuff against Paoli's man, and it's really slowed them down and got them out of rhythm.
Flashing out right wing, Stevie. Top of the key to Jewel, sends it around left side to Stemley. Elizabeth, and bumped and fouled by Kayla Bailey, who tried to reach in and poke that away. Bailey picks up her first, and that is now the 6th team foul on Paoli. The next one will put Valley into the bonus. Lady Hawks have only been called for 4. Here's Nelson, works it in now to Stevie, left corner. Back on the wing now to Nelson, bounces away to Harrell between the circle.
You need to get the ball inside to Jewel. That's where your bread is buttered.
She drives it, puts up an 18-footer, couldn't get it to go, and the rebound pulled out of there by Brewster. Outlet to Bailey up the right side, stops, clears it away now to Baker. Callie Baker, one of the seniors, drives off the Brewster screen, takes it to the wing, trying to go in low. They do to Rice. Turns on a Nelson, scoops it up, got two more.
There's the diagonal, that long diagonal that they have ran for so many years there, starting when Coach Brown moved here from Louisville. So hard to defend. They got the ball to their best player, and Rice delivered.
Here's Stevie from 18. Couldn't get it to go. Rice the rebound on the run. Skip pass ahead, intended for Keaton Chastain. And the ball led her by half step too much and careens out of bounds. But if you're Scott Blankenbaker, you don't mind turnovers like that. As Rice had the right idea, just couldn't connect on the pass with Chastain. But boy, frustrating here, Kevin, because Valley scored the first 7 to pull even, and now Paoli is on a 7-0 run here as the Lady Hawks have gone almost 3.5 minutes without a point.
Yeah, we're failing to get good shots. We're panicking against their pressure and taking bad ones. Need to work the ball a little bit, put the ball on the deck and go by people, not settle for the jumper. And then lastly, get the ball inside to our big people.
In low, Kyra Harrell posting up, a little jump hook in the lane off target, and another rebound for Keaton Chastain.
You see what I mean? That's a bad shot. Harrell's inside, but she's guarded. Just going to throw that ball back out and get a better one. Instead, she forced a one-legged runner into paint against defense. That's not a good shot.
Almost a steal by Atlanta. Chastain into the lane. Kicked it off now to Brewster for a three. Missed it badly. Rebound grabbed by Bailey. Off to Baker. So yet another offensive rebound, and it has proven so costly to this Valley team here in this first half of plays. We dip under 2 minutes to go before intermission.
Here's a clear out again. Be ready. I think they're going to run it for Chastain. We'll see what they do.
Baker starts it right. Picks up the dribble, looks, lobs it in low to Hutchison. Back to Baker, drives down the lane, blocked away by Marissa Meehan, and Atlanta Nelson comes out of there with it. Boy, Lady Hawks need a bucket in the worst way here with 90 seconds to go before halftime. Here's Kyra on the right side to Nelson. Atlanta drives it on the baseline, cut off, tries to throw it in low, almost threw it away, but Abby Kendall, who's in there, retrieves it to Marissa. Oh, bad pass. Taken back by Elizabeth, who hands off now to Nelson. Atlanta at the free throw line, back out to Kyra. Long three, missed it. Rebound to Elizabeth Stimbley, missed it. And trying again is Atlanta Nelson, who puts it up good. Counted and a foul.
Sometimes you're better off just to fire up a 23-footer to keep them turning the ball over. That's what Valley finally did. Harrell threw up the Steph Curry-like bomb from out front near the volleyball line, missed everything but the bottom of the backboard, bounced to Stimley. She couldn't buy it, but then Nelson was ready to go. She tries for the old-fashioned three-point play.
With 1:07 to go, and she hits it. 6 points in the first half for the Valley senior. 19-15, Valley back to within 4 with 1 minute to go. In low, they tried to go into Bailey down on the left block, and Abby Kendall, the 5'7" junior, able to poke that one away. So Valley hanging tough here. Boy, barring any unforeseen things as it comes into Rice, and she misses it. Rebound Hutchison, back up, and got the roll. Well, and Valley has nobody to blame but themselves here because they cannot get a defensive rebound. There goes Stemley, had it knocked away as she dribbled into the trap over there on that far sideline at half court, and fortunately for Valley, Rice the last to touch it.
That's no man's land over there. Don't dribble the ball there in that angle. No place to go.
Kendall off to Kyra, who drives in, scoops it up, got it! Nice move by Kyra. Took it right at Anna Hutchison and managed to bank it up and in. She's got 5. Valley back to within 4 with a half minute to go before halftime. Here is Rice. Skip pass down low to Baker. Nice move, and she lays it up and in.
Again, nice play by Jacqueline Rice. They invert their offense, put their bigs outside, put their guards in the middle when they get the backdoor play against Valley's band.
Kyra. Tip pass, grabbed by Stemley. 12 seconds to go. Off to Meehan, left side now to Kendall. Tries to go in low, it's knocked away. Scramble for the loose ball, and what do we have? The arrow is pointing Paoli's way. Sort of good, because Valley will get it to start the second half, but Paoli still has 6 seconds here. As Valley got it tied, got down 7, got to within 4 on a couple of occasions, and they're down 6 now. No pressure here at midcourt as it comes into Baker. I'm not sure she knows how much time is left.
She doesn't.
Rice
Jackie
does.
Rice
So here's
does.
a three, and she parries it.
25-footer. Outstanding Paoli setter Jacqueline Rice, who just drained it right in our eye over the zone, and Paoli with a big momentum boost goes up 9 at the half on the long range. Cold-blooded three from Jackie Rice.
What's tough is she was totally undefended. There wasn't a Valley player within 10 feet of her, and fortunately Baker was alerted to the fact that time was running out. So Lady Rams, the final 5 of the quarter, and after Valley hung so tough, they're going to find themselves down by 9 at halftime. We'll start our halftime activities from Paoli High School when we come back. At the break on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, it's Paoli 26, Spring Valley 17. You're listening to Spring Valley Girls Basketball.
Give your favorite pet some tender loving care with a visit to Julie's Wags and Whiskers in Paoli. Julie Apple and her staff specialize in pampering your furry friend with the best in grooming products and treatments. Needing hair trimmed, a manicure, or anything else? Just schedule a day spa at Julie's Wags and Whiskers to have your best friend looking as good as ever. For grooming services to keep your canine looking fine or your kitty looking pretty, bring them to Julie's Wags and Whiskers just off Highway 37 on East Hospital Road in Paoli. Call 723-3110.
You're not going to work forever, are you? After all, you have plans and places you want to see. But are you saving to make it all happen? Return of premium life insurance from Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance can provide you with a 20 or 30-year term. And when it's over, you get all of your premiums back. Protection and a nest egg. Call Scott Blankenbaker, Tracy Tucker, or Greg Hamilton at 723-2704 today. Or visit us on the web at www.infarmbureau.com. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We're part of your life.
Lonesome Al here for Riley's Orange County Quick Lube in Paoli, Indiana, where you can get the quickest oil change around.
What's the matter, Al? You look kind of queasy.
Well, I was just at the Quick Lube watching Mad Matt Sharp in action. He was moving so fast it gave me motion sickness there for a minute.
Wow, that sounds really fast.
Well, maybe I was just late taking my meds, but I could have swore he was changing oil in 3 cars at once. Mad Matt was moving so quick it made my head spin.
Now, Al, you know that's physically impossible, right?
Yet there it is. Folks, just roll on in to Riley's Orange County Quick Lube across from the Paoli Walmart for service so quick it'll make your head spin.
If you're looking to buy or sell residential, commercial, or farm property, then give the folks at Boyer Real Estate in Paoli a call. For over 45 years, Boyer Real Estate has made a lot of people happy by finding the right home for them. Whether you're needing a new house, a larger home, or are interested in buying an existing business, make an appointment now to see the professionals at Boyer Real Estate and find out how you can qualify for a no down payment home. It's your choice, so trust the buying and selling of your property to Boyer Real Estate. State certified appraisers in Paoli, 723-2291.
Before we go any further, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Spring Valley Girls Basketball.
Blackhawk and IU basketball, a winning shot every time. Hear them here on WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
Lady Hawks on the road tonight at number 9 in 2A. Paoli got down 8-1, had a nice recovery. In fact, scored the first 7 of the second quarter to pull even, only to see Paoli score 7 straight to go back up by 7. Lady Hawks did a good job of cutting it to 4 on a couple of occasions, but a basket by Callie Baker and a three-pointer at the buzzer by Jacqueline Rice, sending Paoli into a 9-point cushion here on the Sullivan Financial Board. Scoring went this way. Jacqueline Rice has been the tough one to stop for Paoli. She has 13 points. Could have even more, but she's only 1 of 6 at the foul line. 5 points out of Bella Brewster, one of her baskets, a 3. 4 from Keaton Chastain, 2 each from Callie Baker and Anna Hutchison. Madison Street started, did not score, nor did E.B. Kirby, Sierra Manship, Caleb Bailey, and Audrey Blankenbaker, who played off the bench. Street and Brewster have 2 fouls each. Nobody for Paoli has more than 1. For Valley in the first half, leading the way, Alana Nelson, 2 baskets and 2 out of 3 at the free throw line for 6. Kyra Harrell has 2 field goals. One of those are 3. She's got 5. 2 each from Stevie McNew and Jewel McCormick, each with a field goal, and Leah Punturi has 2 free throws. Each of the 5 starters have scored, but Abby Kendall, Elizabeth Stemley, and Marissa Meehan, who have played off the bench, have not tallied. So 6 from Atlanta leading the way. Leah picked up 2 first-half fouls for the Lady Hawks. Nobody else had more than 1. Paoli led 12-5 after 1. Valley pretty much had them outscored much of the way in that second quarter till that flurry at the end, which has Paoli in front 26-17 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard at halftime. When we return, McKenna Purley is along to take a look at our first half statistics. She'll be with us in a moment. This is Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
Go Blackhawks and go to Springs Valley Supply on Highway 145 in French Lick. Stop by for top quality Valspar paints for interior and exterior protection. And see the line of Cabot stains for steps and decks at Springs Valley Supply, your steel dealer in French Lick.
The folks at Judy Meehan and Associates Real Estate in French Lick are big on Springs Valley girls basketball. And they're big on serving real estate buyers and sellers in Orange and surrounding counties. Stop by their office on College Street in French Lick and see what's available. Or call Judy Meehan and Associates at 936-7300.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
9-point Paoli lead here at halftime at the auxiliary gym here at Paoli High School as Lady Rams with the lead. Let's run through the first half statistics, and here to give those, McKenna.
All right, thank you, Mike. Shooting went this way for both teams. Valley shot 5 out of 17 from two-point range for 29%. They threw up 3 behind the arc, for 33%, and threw up 20 shots overall, made 6 of those for 30% shooting overall. Valley shot 80% on their free throws, made 4 out of 5 of those. They pulled down 12 total rebounds, 2 on the offensive glass and 10 on the defensive glass. Valley had 13 turnovers in the first half, 3 assists, 3 blocks, and 4 steals. For Paoli, the shooting went like this. They threw up 22-point field goals, making 8 of those for 40%. They shot 3 out of 9 from behind the arc for 33% and 11 out of 29 for overall shooting for 38%. They struggled a little bit from the free throw line for 16%, making 1 out of 6. They pulled down 20 total rebounds, 9 of those on the offensive glass and 11 on the defensive glass. They had 7 turnovers in the first half, 7 assists, 2 blocks, and 6 steals. And I'd like to throw a little shout out to the Orleans girls playing at Borden tonight. Good luck to them as well.
All right. Hopefully that should be a victory for the Lady Bulldogs. It's been a struggle for Borden so far this year. Here at Paoli High School, Lady Hawks with some work to do if they're going to pull off the major upset tonight. They'll have to make up a 9-point deficit here in the second half. 26-17 at the break on the Sullivan Financial Board. We'll have third quarter action coming your way next. This is Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust. You'll love our helpful staff, our warm and smiling faces. Latest tools and services, delivered by the friends you trust. We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
Attention cord cutters.
Have you switched to streaming TV services only to discover your internet speed isn't cutting it? Make your streaming TV experience seamless with Smithville's fiber internet, the best for streaming TV, movies, videos, and more. Smithville Fiber is prepared for today's technology as well as whatever tomorrow brings. Be more than a cord cutter. Be on the cutting edge of internet. Visit switchtosmithville.com today to learn more or call us at 800-742-4084.
This is Springs Valley Junior Guard Leah Venturi. Keep it tuned to Q100 all season long for Lady Blackhawks basketball.
Back we come to Paoli High School. Lady Hawks, Lady Rams renewing rivalries here as Valley down 9. They'll get the ball to start this third quarter. They're now moving left to right. They're in black as they work it into Jewel. Puts one off the glass, couldn't get it to go, and Jacqueline Rice able to corral the rebound. It looks like Paoli or Kevin really trying to push Jewel out as far as she can from that block.
Yeah, they're doing their work early, trying to make her shots a little bit further away, and she's not been able to make those 7 or 8 footers over the top of Rice tonight. I think Valley's going to continue, though, to pound the ball in there. She's their best bet.
Here is Keaton Chastain on the floor with Jacqueline Rice, Bella Brewster, and now they go to a cutting Keaton all the way down the lane, scoops it up with the left hand, and in.
That's just bad defense. You cannot let someone face cut you, and that time Chastain went right in front of Nelson, who just allowed her to catch the ball on the move, and Chastain with the left hand put it in off the glass. Paoli up 11.
Top of the key, Nelson works it around now to McCormick.
Here's a back screen for McCormick coming.
Now Kyra out of the corner for 3, buries another one.
Kyra says, forget your back screen, Coach Terrell. I'm just going to knock in a 3-point bomb. Kyra continues to stay hot.
Here is Rice, turns on McCormick, and Jewel got a piece of it, and Stevie comes out of there with it now for the Lady Hawks. 28-20 Paoli. A little over a minute gone by here in the third quarter. Kyra lobs it in low to Jewel. Got position, puts it up and in.
Well, when Jewel gets both feet in the lane like she did that time, she beat Rice to the paint, got the angle and delivered.
Here's Chastain in low to Rice against Jewel. Turns a little fall away, and Jewel got a piece of it again. And Lady Hawks can get a little closer. Quickly into the front court. Stevie pulls up left side. Free throw line to Nelson. Atlanta can't get the shot off. Jumps it off now to Venturi at the point. So Valley, nice recovery. There goes Leah, switches hands, hooks it over and tried to go to Jewel. Bad pass and picked up by Rice, who tries to drive it. Atlanta seals her off, so he'll take it to the wing. Now there goes Chastain cutting through the lane again, just like she did before for the easy layup.
That was a beautiful pass. Again, one-handed, no-look pass by Jacqueline Rice. Nice cut, as you mentioned, by Chastain. And they caught us confused about what defense we wanted to be in. We've confused them some tonight. That time we confused ourselves trying to switch to the middle of possession, and Paoli took advantage of it.
So that stretches the lead back to 8. Kirby back in for Paoli. Baker is out. Valley with it. Comes in now to Nelson. Atlanta will dribble it to the right wing. Stop. Look for somewhere to go. Clears it away now just inside the center jump circle to Venturi. Leah sends it over to Kyra, met out there by Street. Now they swing it around to McCormick. Jewel, way out of the wing. Baseline it comes to McNew, off to Kyra Harrell. I couldn't tell if that was a three-point attempt or a lob pass into Jewel.
It was a three-point attempt that got blocked, and it went right to McCormick, who knocked it home. Yeah. And again, Valley hanging around just down 6. It feels like we're further behind than that.
Right.
But we've managed to hang in there defensively, keep the game at a fairly slow pace, and this game's still very winnable, still very much.
Still a lot of time.
In to out.
Yeah. Just 3 minutes gone by, third quarter.
See how indecisive Paoli looks on offense, Mike? They're just confused by what defense we're in. This is man this possession, and you can tell Paoli struggling a little, knowing what to run.
Here's Brewster up front now to Kirby. Swings it around to Chastain. Perimeter left. Top of the key to Brewster. Hands off now to Rice. Back to Chastain. This has been a possession that's lasted almost 45 seconds now. Here's Street. Steps back. Launches a 3 and buries it. Man, oh man.
That's something Paoli's not very good at typically, having long possessions. They took a long three-pointer and made it.
And Alana Nelson bricks one up from the free throw line. 9-point Paoli lead. They work it in low to Jewel. Rice blocked away by Jewel, but yet another offensive rebound. And it'll lead to a Spring Valley foul, the first by either team here in this half. And I think Leah has just picked up her third foul. Nope, they'll put it on Alana Nelson. That'll be her first. Brewster and Street are out. Baker and Hutchison back in. So Paoli going tall. Comes in now to Rice, almost taken away by Harrell. Now here is Baker out of the corner for three. Man!
Hard to beat Paoli if they're going to hit threes right in your eye. That time a corner three. Halfway decent defense there by us, but we had our hands down. Hand down, man down. She just rose up and knocked it home.
You had to say we had it within 6 because back-to-back threes have shot it up to 12 as the three-point miss by Punturi. And then here's Chastain ahead of the pack, and she gets clobbered by Jewel McCormick. So free throws upcoming here, as now it looks like Paoli starting to take control of this game with 3:32 to go here in this third quarter. And again, a situation here, Kevin, where they just might be wearing the Lady Hawks down a bit.
A little bit. That depth that we've talked about all night long. Paoli subbing liberally. Valley really unable to do much of that. And other than their free throws, which are keeping us in the game, the fact they can't make shots from the line, another miss from the charity stripe by Paoli has really kept this game manageable for the Hawks. They have missed a ton of free throws so far.
1 of 7 thus far, now 2 of 8. As Chastain gets that, that's her 9th point. And 7-0 run here by Paoli. They have had 3 7-point runs in this game now, as Valley has shown stretches of brilliance, but then they have really floundered at other moments of this game. Here is Harrell, lobs it in low to nobody in particular, stolen away again. Ahead to Baker on the right side, lobs it in low, intended for Chastain, and it's knocked away by McCormick and out of bounds. Blankenbaker back in there now for Paoli, so is Madison Street. So again, Scott Blankenbaker continues to get subs in. A 3 out of the corner, in and out by Rice. That would have brought the house down. Quickly into the front court, a tip pass by Leah, stolen away, then stolen back by Kyra, and we're going to get an over and back violation. Kyra didn't know where she was. I thought when she stole the ball, she was completely in the front court and then stepped on the 10-second line. I'm shocked they didn't call the violation there, but then when she threw it into the back court, that was pretty much the giveaway there.
17th Valley turnover of the night. And
although it really wasn't an over and back, because if her foot's on the 10-second line, you're still in the back court, so it actually turns into a bad call. There's an air ball 3 by Rice, and Baker could not hang on to it, and it's out of bounds back over to Valley. But, you know, again, tonight, Kevin, you get the idea. Valley has had stretches of outstanding play, but unfortunately it's a 32-minute game, and they've had several stretches where they have just really allowed Paoli to take advantage. And there, Punturi just had the ball taken away, almost stolen back by Kyra. Here on the other side is Street, who pulls up, looked like she traveled with the basketball. It allowed Kyra to catch up, and she reaches in and is called for her second foul, third on the team.
Yet another dead ball, yet another Paoli substitution. They just continue to send waves and waves of people, all part of the game plan.
Comes into Brewster, who puts up the short shot, no good. And again, there's the hustle that we see from Paoli and not from Valley, because Bailey came rushing in to try for that offensive rebound, and even though she lost it out of bounds, Valley was just standing around waiting for the ball to come down to them. 37-24, Valley at 13-point trailer, 2:15 remaining here in the third quarter. Jewel works it around now to Atlanta at the point. Now Leah steps out, almost had it taken away, got bumped, no call. Gets it off now to Stemley. Elizabeth drives it into the lane, stops and threw it right into the hands of Bailey. Stolen by Chastain. She lost it, picked up now by Brewster. She looks to get rid of it as things really getting physical.
What a pass!
Oh, a tip, tap pass by Chastain to Rice, or Rice to Chastain for the layup. And this one is getting away from the Lady Hawks.
That's the second brilliant pass of the game by Jacqueline Rice, who just continues to be a highlight waiting to happen.
9-0 run for the Lady Rams. They're pulling away with 1:47 to go, third quarter, 39-24 on the Sullivan Financial Board. Back with more Lady Blackhawks basketball after this.
Caring people make the difference at Springs Valley Meadows in French Lick.
You can feel it the minute you walk into Springs Valley Meadows. We're the experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. We're here to help you and your family find answers, solutions, and peace of mind. In fact, we become an extension of your family. For more information about Springs Valley Meadows, Highway 145, French Lick, visit ascseniorcare.com.
Or call Springs Valley Meadows at 936-9991.
Now the play a moment ago by Jacqueline Rice showing not only Paoli's high basketball IQ, but Jacqueline's herself in midair with the touch pass deflection off to Keaton Chastain for the for the easy layup, I should say, and now Paoli clicking on all cylinders, threatening to blow Valley out here. Stemley has it out front. Alana Nelson has come up game. She is hobbling here, and they're going to call timeout here.
She went down on the baseline. Paoli's physical. When you cut in there, they're going to put a body on you, and Atlanta stepped on a Paoli player's foot and went down in a heap. It's an ankle, it looks like. Rams will have it, or rather the Hawks will have it underneath their own goal.
Going to go into the tunnel there behind the bench and try to work things out. Valley's had another long stretch without any points. Elizabeth Stemley got knocked to the floor, no call. Stevie drives it right, lobs it in low to Jewel, and she gets bumped and fouled. As that time it was Jacqueline Rice that tried to belly up into her after Jewel left her feet to catch that pass.
This is all part of the experience of playing Paoli, Mike. You have to be as physical as they are. You can't lose your temper and composure, and you can't just take the blows from them. You have to deliver some yourself. Right now, the more physical, aggressive team is the one that's ahead by 15.
And the lob comes into Jewel, can't come up with it. Street does, back the other way as the turnovers growing again. Street all the way down the lane, and a reach-in foul on Leah Punturi, who got beat off the dribble. And Leah picks up her third.
See, their physical play is making us frustrated, and we're making frustration fouls in the open court, not dealing as well with our temper and composure. You just got to be able to play as physical and strong as they do.
Off the inbounds, it comes underneath the basket to Brewster, put it up, no good. A lot of contact, no call, and Valley comes away with it. Lady Hawks have gone nearly 3 minutes now without a basket as Paoli's extended the lead to 15. Kyra, nice move around Baker, down the lane, banks it off the window, count it, and a foul.
That's
what
I'm talking about.
By Kyra Harrell.
That's what I'm talking about. She got her shoulder in front. She slowed up a bit. She created the contact with the Paoli defender who was on her hip and didn't lose her balance. She went up strong, tough, and physical, and went up and made a strong basketball play. Now she has a chance to get a three-point play. You have to continue to play offense and be strong with the ball like she was on that play.
Foul on Callie Baker, her second on the team. Kyra's free throw is good to complete the three-point play. She's got 11 of the ball game. And Valley to within 12 now at 39-27, under a minute to go, third quarter. Street sends it on the left wing to Baker. On the dribble. Looks high post now to Rice, and we've got a foul away from the ball. And I think they got Elizabeth Stemley on this foul.
Yeah, Elizabeth's got to contain her composure a little bit. She's guarding a much bigger player in the low post, or at least was on that possession. Now Valley will go zone, I think, on the inbound. But nevertheless, got to contain your composure. Don't want to throw your hands up in the air. The official stared her down a bit there.
Baker drives it to the foul line. Cut off on the wing to Brewster out of the corner. Street heaves up a three. It's off the back of the rim. But again, Paoli out-hustles Valley for the rebound.
11 offensive rebounds in the night of the Rams, all part of the mosaic that is this game at Waz Paoli, up by 12.
Nice job by Elizabeth Stemley. Knocked the ball away, and then Valley almost turns it back, but Stevie able to retrieve it. 15 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Stevie on the left side. Turns. Stops, and she traveled with a basketball. Oh, she hit the free throw, but again, took the extra step, and boy, that could have brought Valley back to within 9 here going into the fourth quarter. Yeah, she did. Right.
Shuffled her feet as she tried to get herself set. She may have got rattled a bit for the student section at Paoli, who was counting down the incorrect time on the clock.
Here goes Street. Oh, there was an elbow by Rice. She'll shoot up a three, miss it. Rebound put back up, good by Bella Brewster at the buzzer. Nobody around her, lays it up and in, and the Lady Rams dominating. After three on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Paoli 41, the Lady Hawks 27. Back with the fourth quarter in a moment. This is Spring Valley girls basketball.
Tired of having to drive all over the place just to find a restaurant that offers quality food at affordable prices that's also kid-friendly? Surprise! There's one right in your own backyard. Legends Family Restaurant in French Lick has a variety of menu items designed to satisfy even the most discriminating appetite, including the best wings around, all at prices that won't wreck the budget. And Legends has a kids menu that'll have the little ones wanting to come back for more. They even have a large party room to help you pull off that special event for anywhere from 2 to 200 hungry people. For reservations, just call 936-6338. Legends Family Restaurant across from the Fountain in downtown French Lick. Start your own tradition.
Signs may come and go, but one sign to watch out for that will always be there when you're buying or selling property is Trinkle Group Real Estate in Paoli. You can count on Trinkle Group to help you find just the right home or property in the exact setting you're looking for. Trinkle Group Real Estate is a member of a multiple listing service with many residential and commercial listings in the area. Talk to Rosemary Trinkle or any of her agents, and they'll get to work for you right away. For real estate and appraisals, just look for the green and yellow signs of Trinkle Group Real Estate in Paoli. Call 877-723-5593.
With Kevin Carroll and our statistician McKenna Purley, Mike Hamilton back at the Auxiliary Gym here in Paoli. Lady Rams up 14, had the ball to start the fourth quarter. They worked it in low to Jacqueline Rice, who had her shot blocked, and then Paoli losing it out of bounds, trying to go after the offensive rebound. The Valley down by 9 at halftime, now trail by 14. There's a couple of runs there by Paoli, critical. They lob it in low to Jewell, backs her way in, and draws the foul. Ooh, looks like Keaton Chastain may have stuffed her there and tied her up. Instead, Chastain will pick up the foul. That'll be her second. And Jewell will go to the free throw line for two. Leading scorers for Paoli, Jacqueline Rice has 13 and 11 for Keaton Chastain as Jewell cans the first foul shot for Valley. Kyra Harrell with 11. And now Jewell with that free throw now has 7. Alana Nelson has 6. Second free throw by Jewell is too long, and Rice another rebound. 41-28. Paoli by 13 as we start the fourth quarter. Chastain on the floor with Rice.
Nice pass again.
Chastain in low, puts it up, got it to go.
Another backdoor play. When you put Jacqueline Rice at the high post as well as she delivers the ball and sees the floor, you know, she's starting to remind me with some of these passes of another kid that wore 33 in Orange County. I don't want to go that far, but she has really, really been impressive tonight, passing the ball for the Rams.
Oh, and a bad pass here through the hands of Elizabeth Finley. And out of bounds.
Well, we kind of solved that turnover problem for a while, but it's back and rearing its ugly head tonight. That's the 22nd turnover of the night on Springs Valley, continuing to struggle to pass and catch the ball against the physicality and aggression of Paoli's defenses.
Good news, Alana Nelson back in, so she was able to walk off that ankle injury from a few moments ago. Bailey is back in there for Paoli, sends it right side to Street, top of the key now to Chastain. Now on the high post, Rice turns, leaves it off for Chastain, and we'll get a 30-second timeout called here by Scott Blankenbaker. Again, there have been stretches of this ball game, Kevin, where Valley has played extremely well. Unfortunately, they've not been able to be very consistent. But then on the defensive end, there have been times where Paoli has just kind of thrown the ball around aimlessly without a whole lot of purpose. Unfortunately, again, neither one have been for long stretches of the time, and because of it, Paoli's been able to extend the lead out. But nevertheless, you know, when you see these flashes of brilliance, if you want to call it that, I guess, it really gives you hope that this team is learning a lot of things.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike, the Hawks have an ace in the hole come tournament time, and it's this 3-2 zone with Alana Nelson at the top of it. When the Hawks play that, with her length and her quickness to be able to cover the low blocks and the top of the key, that's a very, very difficult defense for teams to handle. Paoli's had a tough time with that 3-2 tonight. We haven't played it the entire game. We've tried to mix it. But when we've done that combination, it's been tough.
There's the back cut again in low to Keaton Chastain, and she scores 2 more. Even though Valley knows it's coming, they can't stop it. Chastain now with 15, and it's a 17-point Paoli lead.
There we went with
15 to go.
We went with the zone trap there, trying to extend the defense, and Paoli able to handle that with ease.
There's a foul on Keaton Chastain. Tried to anticipate the turn with a dribble by Punturi and made a little too much contact. That's her third, only the 4th team foul. So again, Scott Blankenbaker with the luxury of going deep in his bench as Sierra Manship checks back in. So does Anna Hutchison. High post here is Jewel. Works it around now to Nelson. Alana sends it off to Leah. She's going to spot up for a 3 and bury it. Leah with her first basket of the game has got 5. 45-31 now. Valley still down 14 with under 6 minutes to go. Baker to Street, works it around now to Chastain. Dribbles out of the double team there and ends up losing the ball out of bounds. Couldn't decide if she wanted to just keep dribbling or pass it. She'll come out. Jacqueline Rice back in now with 5:41 remaining. That 3 by Leah a few moments ago, Valley's third of the night. Hoping to draw a little closer. Leah slides off the McCormick screen, tried the pick and roll. Instead, Leah takes it down the lane, banks it off the glass, counted, and another Paoli foul.
I've been waiting all year for Valley to go a little high ball screen with one of their small guards in McCormick and make teams have to defend the ball screen. That's sometimes a weakness for people. Don't know if it is for Paoli all season long or not, but that time Ventura got the high ball screen from McCormick. She turned it down, went back. They used it again, switched hands with their left hand, and knocked it in off the glass. And Valley, not out of it yet. They're on the hospital bed. They're out the IV hooked up to them, but they're not dead yet. 45-34.
5:26 to go. Leah hits the free throw. She's 3 for 3 at the line and has 8 points. So Lady Hawks hanging in there. Here's Rice. High post to Hutchison. Won't even take the shot. Not really in there for her scoring. She's got it. She turns. Kicks the baseline to Street. Backs it out now on the dribble. Dribbles into a double team. Manages to clear it off here to Street. Off now to Bella Brewster. Will launch a 3 that spins out. Hutchison the rebound. Drug her pivot foot. Got it in low to Brewster. Missed it. And this time Jewel able to corral the rebound. Hey, Lady Hawks can make this a 10-point game if they score as they work it in low to Stevie. A long pass, almost a half-court pass by Leah, and you could almost tell that that really wasn't going to work. And as Stevie brought it down, she bounced it on the end line.
Got to go up with 2 hands and snag that down there. Try to reach up and get it one-handed. Many of our turnovers tonight have not been the result of bad passes necessarily, but the result of bad catches. And that was a bad catch there, I thought. Pinturi threw it a little high, no question. But Stevie needed to go up there and snag that out of the air with 2 hands and bring it down strong. Casually went up one-handed. Kind of batted it down and it went up on the end line out of bounds.
And Yaya will check in now for Valley. Yesenia Gilmore, the 5'6" freshman, as Alana will take a rest. Still trying to work out that as they go on that backdoor play again to Keaton Chastain. They keep working it every time. They just clear out that left side, and Valley still hasn't figured it out. Chastain didn't get the layup to go, but she did draw the foul. It'll be on Jewel, her second, and more free throws upcoming here for Paoli with 4:34 remaining. As the free throw good, and Keaton Chastain continuing to have a solid night as she scores her 16th point of the ball game.
Keaton's been good, no question. You put her on the left side of the floor and give her space to operate, and she can go with that left hand and get where she wants to go. And she's been the beneficiary of several good high post passes from her teammates.
Second one no good. Stevie the rebound, brings it up herself on the right side, stopped. Tries to lob it in low, it's tipped, grabbed by Jewel, tipped again. Grabbed by Elizabeth, throws it out front now to Leah. 4:22 left. As Valley down by 12. Flashing out top of the key is Stemley. Over now to Punturi. Leah spots up for another 3. This time it would not go. Rebounded Jewel, back up, no good again. And the rebound pulled out of there by Bella Brewster.
Jewel needs to go up left-handed there. That was a tremendous offensive rebound, but then shot it up there off balance.
Chastain
stronger.
In trouble, had it knocked away, and they're going to say it is, they're going to put a foul here, I think, on Jacqueline Rice.
The emphatic call by Martin County's own Nick Weiniger right there. One of my favorite officials in all of the state. He was right on top of it. Got Jackie Rice being overly aggressive for that loose ball. That's going to prompt a Springs Valley timeout.
It comes with 3:56 remaining. Lady Hawks trying to hang in there. They're down 12 on the Sullivan Financial Board. Back with more Lady Blackhawks basketball right after this.
Go Springs Valley basketball and go to Babcock Motors, Orange County's only new car dealer. See the new Chevy Equinox and the big inventory of used pickups at Babcock Motors, your Chevrolet dealer in Orange County. That's Babcock Motors in Orleans.
The folks at Judy Meehan and Associates Real Estate in French Lick are big on Springs Valley girls basketball, and they're big on serving real estate buyers and sellers in Orange and surrounding counties. Stop by their office on College Street in French Lick and see what's available, or call Judy Meehan and Associates at 936-7300.
Go Blackhawks and go to Springs Valley Supply on Highway 145 in French Lick. Stop by for top quality Valspar paint for interior and exterior protection. And see the line of Cabot stains for steps and decks at Springs Valley Supply, your steel dealer in French Lick.
Back we come to Paoli High School, where the Lady Rams hold a 46-34 lead on Valley. Paoli has had significant runs virtually in every quarter, and that has helped propel them into this double-figure lead. But Lady Hawks hanging in there. They have had some stretches where they've played some very good basketball. Venturi turns it on Street, lobs it in low to Jewel, got possession, put it up, no good, but they're going to get the foul here on Jacqueline Rice, who was trying to body Jewel there after she caught the pass.
There's an old set play, been around a long time. They run a double stack. They run a shooter to the opposite corner, but that's all a decoy to get the ball inside to your big kid. McCormick isolated on the low block. She got both feet in the paint, and when she does that, she's tough to stop.
And she got the ball to stick on the flange, and it just deadened the ball, and it rolled in.
We certainly ran that play a long time at Eastern Green. Tyler Hash, Clint Burris, Kurt Sullivan, Ray Darnell, a lot of those big kids we had back then feasted on that set play.
Second one bouncing on the rim a couple times, would not drop. 11-point Paoli lead past the halfway point of the final quarter. Lady Hawks will be off until Tuesday when they travel to Candleton. That'll end their 5-game streak. Nice pick and roll again as Keaton on the left side went on the high post to Rice, who returned the pass. Unfortunately, it was behind Keaton a bit, and she lost it out of bounds. So, never know here, a basket, and Valley can trim this thing to 9. They have trailed by as many as 17, so they're still fighting, most definitely.
Here's a chance at 3.
Here is Stevie down to the corner. Looking in low, lobs it into Stemley. It's knocked away from her and out of bounds.
Like to see Stevie just rise up there. Game situation, 3:12 to go. Space in the corner. Could have used a 3-point shot there, but she was trying to run the set that they were trying to do, get that back screen, get the ball inside.
Off the inbounds, it comes into Venturi along the baseline, puts it up from 10, left it short. Rebound picked up by Madison Street to Rice. Valley staying back to apply a little bit of pressure. Here's Street still in the backcourt. Now off to Bella Brewster, who had it knocked away, picked up by Venturi. Leon to break to the other end. Weak side pass to Stevie, who takes it in, missed it. Rebound Stemley, no good. Jewel puts it up, it would not go, but more free throws upcoming for the Lady Hawks, as Leah Punturi definitely disappointed that she didn't hit that layup. Elizabeth Stemley had a putback opportunity, but good hustle by Jewel to came all the way back up court there.
That was your best call tonight. Jewel kept running. Didn't take for granted that Valley would finish that and then get an offensive rebound. Stevie needed to hit that left-handed layup there on the rum. We're trying to shoot it right-handed. Still doesn't want to use her left hand as much as she could. And because she shot it right-handed, didn't have a good angle and missed it.
Jewel misses the first free throw. Chance for Valley to pull to within 10, but time's starting to run out. That free throw is off the back of the rim. So Jewel now just 2 out of 6 at the free throw line. Still 46-35, Lady Rams, 2:40 remaining, and now we'll see if Paoli wants to start taking the air out of the ball. Nope, they work it in low to a Jacqueline Rice who backdoored everybody and scores, believe it or not, Kevin, and this is why Paoli is so good. Rice's first basket of the second half, and yet they still lead by 13. Leah out between the circles, and another timeout called here by Marty Niehaus. That's either her last one or she has one left. But at any rate, it'll give us a chance to step away with 2:18 left. Paoli in command of this one on the Sullivan board at 48-35. Back with more Lady Blackhawks basketball right after this.
Safety is a big concern when I'm driving a race car capable of 200 miles per hour. This is Chase Briscoe. Safety is even more important for me in my street car. Richard Burton, Steve Warren, and all of them over at Bedford Ford and Lincoln and Roush decided that they wanted to help me out, so they put me in a 2016 Ford Fusion. 8 airbags, advanced track stability control, and rear camera make my new Ford Fusion have the highest safety ratings. You can put your family in one of these great cars too. Protect yourself and your family, just like me at Bedford Ford Lincoln. Chase Briscoe and Bedford Ford want to know who's next. Shop 24/7 at drivebedford.com.
As parents of a child who was actively involved in school athletics and extracurricular activities, Brian and Annette Hawkins of Wolf Contracting know the sacrifices parents make in attending games and getting them to and from practice, and salute these parents for their extraordinary commitment. As citizens who care about our environment, the Hawkins hope you'll join them in their recycling efforts to make Orange County a safe and enjoyable place to live. Proud to call Orange County home. Wolf Contracting, just west of Paoli.
Down to 2:15 left here as the Lady Hawks continuing to battle. They're trailing by 13. Valley with a basketball as they throw it on the right side to Kyra, down to the corner to Stevie, looking to post up Jewel. Stevie drives the baseline and stepped out of bounds. She's saying she got pushed out of bounds, but most of the time, Kevin, officials just simply aren't going to make that call.
She got bodied a little bit, but there was nowhere to go there. She had McCormick on the low post, needed to just throw it to her. They had a nice triangle set up. Had what they wanted, just didn't feed the ball.
Now he's going to apply full court pressure. They work it into the front court. Chastain down low to Anna Hutchison, and that may be the final nail in the coffin here as Paoli up 15. Now he kept cutting it back. Now they post up Jewel, turns, puts it off the glass, got it.
It all comes down to position. She got 2 feet in the paint. When she does, she's able to square all the way around. Nice little right shoulder drop step in the middle. Knocked it home off the glass.
Rice off now to Street. We're going to get a reach-around foul here on Leah Punturi. That'll be her fourth. Ironically enough, this 50-37 score was the same score in which Valley won 2 years ago here on their way to that undefeated season. The problem is it's reversed. It's Paoli this year with the 50 instead of the Lady Hawks. That's the 7th team foul, by the way, so Madison Street goes to the free throw line now to shoot a 1 in bonus and would not go. Jewel, the rebound. Just 3 of 11 at the line tonight for Paoli. Leah down the lane, tries to draw the foul, couldn't. And a good save by Hutchison into Rice. Gets it on the outlet now to Keaton Chastain. 3-on-1. Up court it comes to Baker. She'll dribble it back out with 1:15 to go. The Lady Rams will use some more clock here. Chastain's got it on the left side, drives around Stevie, takes it in, and Jewel whacked her on the arm.
Well, you can't gamble for steals, take it up out of your stance. And again, like we've talked about all night long, you just labeled a kid is only going to go one direction. And Keaton Chastain, a straight line drive with her left hand. She got to the paint. McCormick had to foul her, and she'll earn a trip for 2 at the Charities Drive.
And that one is good. Big night for the top 2 for Paoli. Jacqueline Rice with 15, and that was the 17th point as that free throw goes. And Chastain gets them both.
No question, Mike. Paoli is going to be a real factor in their sectional. That collision between them and Pekin at some point is going to be a titanic struggle.
That's each team's regular season finale as well. It'll be interesting to see how the draw comes out. Leah on the dribble out front, hooks a pass over, and it's stolen away by Chastain, who takes it to the other end for an easy 2. Clean-up time here as there's Stevie on the other end, puts up the shot no good and draws the contact.
Good look ahead, hit ahead by Pinturi, who made a nice one-handed pass the previous possession, only to see us once again fail to catch it. And again, McNew on the run. 25 turnovers tonight are going to be the cause of death in the autopsy when this game is reviewed.
Stevie's free throw, no good. But again, Valley looking good during so many stretches of this ball game, but you can't disappear for 2 and 3 minutes at a time, as Paoli very good at exposing your weakness. Stevie gets the second one. That's her third point. 54-38, as Scott Blankenbaker has cleared his bench for the final 32 seconds. Into the front court, that is Blankenbaker. Works on the high post, stole it away. Marissa Meehan had it stolen back. Picked up by Abby Kendall. Gets it off to Kyra. Quickly now to Leah. Good crossover move. Down the lane she goes. Throws it up. Wouldn't go. But a good job there by Leah to draw contact, and she'll be on the line twice.
Leah with a little modified Euro step there. Went off her right foot as a right-handed player and crashed into the defense, drawing the contact. Manship to foul, her first. Venturi with a nice physical play there. Earns a trip to the line.
And that went off the back of the rim with 17 seconds left. Paoli will go to 16-4, and the Lady Hawks will drop to 8-9, finish conference play at 2-4. Second one good, and that gives Leah now 8 points in the contest, 54-39. Final 10 seconds left in this one as the Paoli fans begin the rhythmic applause as Paoli just working around the perimeter. Blankenbaker will just hold it for the final seconds, and the Lady Rams, as expected, come away with the victory here tonight. Valley made it interesting at times. They tied it up early at 12, only to see the Lady Rams go on a 7-0 run. Valley got it to within 4 on a couple of occasions there before halftime. They had it as close as 6 with 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter, but another run by Paoli, this one of 9 in a row, stretched that lead up to 15, and that just about put it out of reach. The Lady Hawks would continue to battle. They got it to within 11 on a couple of occasions, but that was as close as they would get. Paoli never extended the lead to more than 17, and they'll settle on the 15-point victory here tonight. So Valley now 2-2 on the road trip, as again they gave Crawford all they wanted on Tuesday night, and showed signs of solid play here tonight, just not enough of it to be able to compete with a very good Paoli Lady Rams basketball squad. We'll be back to recap all of tonight's action in a moment. The final score here this evening from the auxiliary gym at Paoli High School on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. The Paoli Lady Rams 54, the Springs Valley Lady Blackhawks 39. You're listening to Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
Give your favorite pet some tender loving care with a visit to Julie's Wags and Whiskers in Paoli. Julie Apple and her staff specialize in pampering your furry friend with the best in grooming products and treatments. Needing hair trimmed, a manicure, or anything else? Just schedule a day spa at Julie's Wags and Whiskers to have your best friend looking as good as ever. For grooming services to keep your canine looking fine or your kitty looking pretty, bring them to Julie's Wags and Whiskers just off Highway 37 on East Hospital Road in Paoli. Call 723-3110.
You're not going to work forever, are you? After all, you have plans and places you want to see. But are you saving to make it all happen? Return of premium life insurance from Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance can provide you with a 20 or 30-year term. And when it's over, you get all of your premiums back. Protection and a nest egg. Call Scott Blankenbaker, Tracy Tucker, or Greg Hamilton at 723-2704 today, or visit us on the web at www.infarmbureau.com. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We're part of your life.
Lonesome Al here for Riley's Orange County Quick Lube in Paoli, Indiana, where you can get the quickest oil change around.
What's the matter, Al? You look kind of queasy.
Well, I was just at the Quick Lube watching Mad Matt Sharp in action. He was moving so fast it gave me motion sickness there for a minute.
Wow, that sounds really fast.
Well, maybe I was just late taking my meds, but I could have swore he was changing oil in 3 cars at once. Mad Matt was moving so quick it made my head spin.
Now, Al, you know that's physically impossible, right?
Yet there it is. Folks, just roll on in to Riley's Orange County Quick Lube across from the Paoli Walmart for service so quick it'll make your head spin.
If you're looking to buy or sell residential, commercial, or farm property, then give the folks at Boyer Real Estate in Paoli a call. For over 45 years, Boyer Real Estate has made a lot of people happy by finding the right home for them. Whether you're needing a new house, a larger home, or are interested in buying an existing business, make an appointment now to see the professionals at Boyer Real Estate and find out how you can qualify for a no down payment home. It's your choice, so trust the buying and selling of your property to Boyer Real Estate. State certified appraisers in Paoli, 723-2291.
Before we continue here at the Auxiliary Gym in Paoli, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
Blackhawk and IU basketball, a winning shot every time. Hear them here on WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
Mike Hamilton along with Kevin Terrell back at Paoli High School, where the Lady Hawks had a tough challenge tonight, facing the number 9 ranked team in Class 2A, the Paoli Lady Rams, and challenged them at times throughout the course of the ball game, but just could not sustain it for long enough periods of time, as Paoli used a couple of impressive runs throughout the course of the game to pull away to a 15-point victory. Let's take a look at the scoring in the contest for Paoli. They're now 16-4 on the year. They stay perfect, so they control their own destiny, although they'll probably really just about in order play the toughest teams in the conference. They'll host Crawford County on Saturday before making trips on Tuesday to Mitchell and then Thursday at West Washington before closing out on the 23rd against their big sectional rival, the Eastern Lady Musketeers. 6-2 the record now at home for Paoli, as well as they've now beaten Valley twice in a row, and they were led tonight by Keaton Chastain. 20 points in the contest, 16 of those in that second half of play. Valley had her bottled up, and I just thought, just a real quick comment, Kevin, that both Chastain and Rice, their 2 leading scorers, reverse things. Chastain 4 points in the first half, 16 in the second half. Rice 13 in the first half, only 2 after the break.
Yeah, I thought Rice's 3 at the end of the half was a backbreaker. She get that 25-footer right in our grill, put them up 9 there. We kind of hung around a little bit and kind of Mickey Moused our way to being within 6, but then she knocked in that big 3-pointer at the end of the half after a Valley turnover, and really at that point I thought it was a matter of what the margin was going to be. We hung, but I never thought we were able to really put any scare into Paoli, and it was Chastain and Rice, no question about it, that hurt us badly.
So Chastain goes for a game-high 20. Jacqueline Rice with 15 points, and Rice could have helped her cause a little more. A 76% free throw shooter on the year. She was just 1 out of 6 at the stripe, as Paoli just 5 of 12 for the game. Bella Brewster ends up with 7. Callie Baker with 5 off the bench. Anna Hutchison had 4. 3 more from Madison Street. Maddie McDonald, E.B. Kirby, Sierra Manship, Kayla Bailey, and Audrey Blankenbaker all played off the bench for the Lady Rams, but did not score. For Springs Valley, they fall to 8-9 on the year, 4-5 away from home. They'll finish conference play with a record of 2-4. They had a little more balance tonight, just simply not enough. 2 players in double figures, Kyra Harrell leading the way with the 11, 4 field goals, 2 of which were home runs, and she hit her only free throw, fouled on a conventional 3-point play opportunity. Jewel McCormick really had to work for her 10 points here this evening. 4 field goals. She was 2 out of 6 at the free throw line. Leah Punturi stepped up again. 7 of her 9 points coming in that final quarter of play. She knocked down a 3. Alana Nelson, even though she was hobbled a little bit, turning her ankle early in the third quarter, manages to score 6, and they got 3 points tonight out of Stevie McNew on a basket and 1 out of 2 at the free throw line. Abby Kendall, Elizabeth Stemley, Yesenia Gilmore, and Marissa Meehan all played off the bench for Valley without scoring. So 11 out of Kyra, 10 from Jewel tonight, 9 more from Leah, as the Lady Hawks come up short here this evening. Paoli led 12-5 after 1. It was 26-17. Lady Rams at halftime, they stretched the lead to 41-27 after 3 and go on to the 15-point victory here tonight at 54-39 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. We'll take a quick break and continue with more from Paoli High School in a moment. Stay with us. This is Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
It's 20 Great Teen. Is your 2018 New Year's resolution to find or refinance your forever home? Will you start planning for retirement? Are you preparing to open a business? If so, Springs Valley's team is here to enhance your financial quality of life. Visit svbt.com, call 800-843-4947, or stop by any of our banking centers to learn more about the many products and services Springs Valley has to offer. Let Springs Valley Bank and Trust make 2018 your best financial year yet. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Take control of your internet service in 2018. When you switch to Smithville for our nationally recognized internet service, you will automatically get our best speed available. We don't sell speed tiers or use data caps. So if you're ready to take control with the region's best internet, get Smithville's rock-solid internet platform. Go online today at switchtosmithville.com and get Smithville's best available speed. That's switchtosmithville.com.
A message from Spring Valley Meadows and Prince Lick.
As we age, recuperating from an illness or surgery may take more time than it used to. It's important for you to follow your doctor's discharge orders and include physical, occupational, and speech therapies when needed. Skimping on post-hospitalization therapy can cause potential falls and infections. So do it for yourself and do it for the ones you love.
The road to recovery begins at Springs Valley Meadows and Prince Lick, where caring people make the difference.
Call us at 936-9991.
Tired of having to drive all over the place just to find a restaurant that offers quality food at affordable prices that's also kid-friendly? Surprise! There's one right in your own backyard. Legends Family Restaurant in French Lick has a variety of menu items designed to satisfy even the most discriminating appetite, including the best wings around, all at prices that won't wreck the budget. And Legends has a kids menu that'll have the little ones wanting to come back for more. They even have a large party room to help you pull off that special event for anywhere from 2 to 200 hungry people. For reservations, just call 936-6338. Legends Family Restaurant across from the Fountain in downtown French Lick. Start your own tradition.
This is Springs Valley Girls coach Marty Niehaus, thanking you, our fans, for your continued support of Lady Blackhawks basketball all season long.
Back again at Paoli High School, where Lady Hawks fall tonight to the host Lady Rams, 54-39, the final score. And we bring in head coach Marty Niehaus. We're trying to go ahead and say a couple of words here, Coach. I think we may have a problem with your headset here. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Let's you take Kevin's here for a moment. And,
yeah, I don't have anything important to say anyway, so you should be all right.
That's right. Well, Coach, I remember talking to you in the pregame, and you kind of concurred with the fact that when this team comes out of the gate strong and takes care of the basketball, more often than not, they are successful. And really, for the most part, I didn't think either of those two happened tonight. You dug yourself an early hole and really had to play catch up the rest of the night.
Yeah, we did not come out here mentally prepared to play. I think we were super excited and super jacked up, but the focus wasn't in the right places. We were doing some crazy things I hadn't seen us do all season long with the basketball. We just didn't take care of it. We didn't run our offense. We're making bad decisions, and so yeah, we got ourselves in a hole, and like you said, we had to fight our way back the whole night. Honestly, I mean, after that, we played them fairly even, but the hole was awful deep to begin with.
Well, start of the second quarter, you scored those first 7 and got even, and then just kind of things went a little bit south. They scored 7 in a row. You still got it to within 4, but boy, that 3 by Rice there just ahead of that first half buzzer, I think, was a killer.
Yeah, we knew she could hit it, and it's just, I guess, a situation where we didn't get quite tight enough to her. But I tell you what, the whole Paoli team did a pretty good job shooting the ball. So, I know our stat sheets aren't incredibly accurate, but man, they look like they shot a pretty good percent tonight.
Nevertheless, it still seemed like there were a lot of stretches where your team played extremely well, and I don't know if you feel consistency has been a problem this year or not, but you would have good stretches and then others that didn't go so well, and then you play well again. So that always leads to promise, certainly, if they can just make those good stretches extend a little bit longer.
Yeah, that is troubling because obviously you wonder what's going on. Why can we play well for spurts and then not so great, for seems like longer spurts tonight? But Paoli did come with quite a bit of pressure, and I think that even though we might not have always turned the ball over against that pressure, even on the half court, we just didn't execute against it real well at times. And as they kind of laid back a little bit, then we looked a little bit better. But, you can't fault our kids or most of our kids on effort. I thought most of them gave a good effort, but like I said, a few of us mentally were not here tonight.
Another area that was really, I thought, costly, they had a number of offensive rebounds, therefore a lot of second chance opportunities.
Yeah, that's a big part of their game, and we knew that coming in, and we've been preaching that, but I don't know that we're making just a whole lot of progress. Something that we definitely need to improve on. But like you said, I think that's a real point of emphasis for the Rams, and they do a nice job with it.
Is it tough when you're trying to play as much zone as you're playing to protect your defensive backboard? Because I just thought most of their rebounds came floor level. They didn't really jump for the ball and out-jump you, use their size. They just outraced you to the ball.
Yes, or already had the best position, and then we didn't fight to get a very good position. I thought they did a good job of anticipating, and we reacted instead of anticipating and trying to get where we needed to get. And they beat us to a lot of them.
Just physically, I thought that their physical defense, I don't think they're a great defensive team, particularly in the half court, and I thought you had a good plan to beat their full court press. I didn't think their full court press was a factor in the game at all, but I just thought when they bump and grinded you and got up in your grill, you guys got stood up a little bit, got knocked back, and ended up causing yourself some turnovers. Some of those are going to be painful to watch when you watch that video.
Yeah, they were painful to watch when they were going on. It's just, like you said, we had to get a little bump, get a little pressure. Sometimes we didn't handle that very well. And I guess a lot of that is just not, I tell you, it's not being as strong as they were, but also I think they outweighed us a little bit, so they could move, displace us at will oftentimes.
Well, let's talk necessarily all about your team. Let's talk about theirs a little bit. We don't have to see them again, so we can talk about Paoli. You've coached a long time. Have you seen anybody pass as well as a couple of those highlight passes by Jackie Rice? Those were very impressive.
She and Chastain really has a good little combination working there, the give and go, and they do a nice job of seeing each other. But you're right, Rice seems to be the key to that, and it was pretty impressive.
Fairly happy with your defense, I assume, particularly the 3-2 zone again. I thought was effective when you had Atlanta at the top. You really caused them to really have some indecision for a good part of the game. It was really a matter of how many extra shots they created and how many offensive rebounds they got that decided the game. Wasn't necessarily how they scored against your half court.
Yeah, that was the backbreaker on the 3-2, though, is that we just couldn't get a rebound out of it to save our soul. So that was the primary decision to come out of it. And then, of course, when Atlanta got hurt, that limited us, quite a bit on the defensive end as well.
What is her status? Obviously, she returned, but
yeah, I didn't see it happen. Coach Burton said she rolled it pretty good, and she really wanted to come back in the game. But I thought her mobility was really limited, and probably the smart thing there was to keep her out. Probably should have kept her out more than I did, but I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know what we're looking at really.
Coach, because I thought for many stretches of this game, I thought you were competitive with this solid team. Do you feel like it was a step forward for the ball club tonight?
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed because I don't feel like we played as well as we did against Crawford County. And, admittedly, Crawford's probably not as physical a team and maybe not quite as skilled a team, but they're a good team. And I really, like the way that we came and played on Tuesday night. So this kind of felt like a little bit of a slide back. But, again, we're not going to face a lot of teams that are much more physical than Paoli. And so this kind of game, I think, is going to help make us stronger as we go down the stretch.
Well, I was going to ask you, do you think maybe Du Bois comes the closest to simulating the kind of physicality that we saw from Paoli tonight?
Yeah, Du Bois has got a good, solid team and pretty physical squad. Yeah, you can definitely draw some parallels there for sure.
All right, Coach, last thing, I know no school tomorrow, so I guess don't have to worry about that, but Candleton coming up here on Tuesday night, so a little bit of a break here, but, you've got that, and you'll go 3 times again next week with Christian Academy on Thursday, and then back on the road to Crothersville on Saturday.
Well, yeah, we're just looking forward to having a home game for a change. And then,
be nice, yeah.
Be nice, yeah. This is just kind of a little bit of a strange situation. Next week, I don't think any of those 3 teams have a JV team. I know Crothersville and Candleton don't, and Christian Academy is still not sure. So we're kind of thinking maybe we could get a team to come into our place on Thursday and play a JV game, but that is yet to be determined. But 3-game week is kind of a tough thing. So
kind of simulates sectional, though.
Well, that's true. Kind of like a sectional week. That's a good point. So, and boy, we're sure getting close to that now.
All righty, Coach. Thanks for stopping by, and I know you didn't come out tonight, but hopefully kids got some good things out of this, and we'll use them as the season goes along.
All right. Thank you, Mike.
That is Marty Niehaus, the head coach of the Springs Valley Lady Blackhawks, joining us here after the contest this evening as Valley falls tonight to Paoli by final count, 54-39 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. We'll wait a second and get Paoli head coach Scott Blankenbaker in. And Coach, first of all, congratulations on the win here tonight. You may have been the only one in the building that thought Valley could give you a run for your money, and there were some stretches where they put you on the spot a little bit. But again, you just have so much depth and do so many things well that that eventually prevailed in the end.
I thought our bench did a really good job tonight, but I can go back 30 years to when I played basketball. I don't care what your record is. It's Valley and Paoli. I mean, you could have a team undefeated and a team that hadn't won a game, and it's going to be tough. And I told the girls going into this one, it's going to be tough. They're physical. They've got good post play. I thought their guards did a really good job tonight, and it was going to be a tough win. Every time we would stretch it out a little bit, I thought they did a really good job of battling back. It got to the point where I was thinking, all right, we're going to put them away or not. Well, we didn't. I thought Marty did a really good job making some adjustments, and I thought her kids stepped up. I thought second half we got our high-low game going a little bit. Keaton got some good back doors and getting some shots. I thought Valley did a really good job on Keaton the first half. She looked a little slow, but the second half she kind of got into her game some. But again, you throw the records out. It was going to be a tough one. I knew it would be.
Do you feel like your physicality kept them rattled at times during the game?
I think so. I mean, we're a pretty physical team. I think everybody watching can see that. One of our game plans or goals for tonight was we didn't want Jewel cutting down a lane, posting up uncontested. We wanted to have an arm in her back. We wanted to make sure that she was feeling somebody behind her all night long. And for the most part, I thought we did a pretty good job of that. You know, she was a load to handle the first half because Jewel was fresh, her legs were good, and she kind of wore out and you know, she got tired the second half. Well, there's a reason she was getting tired, because we were running 2 and 3 and different girls at her at the same time. Or excuse me, we had fresh girls on her for most of the night, and really pushing, and you know, I don't want to say shoving and so forth, but we were very, very physical in the paint. And for us to win this game tonight, we knew we had to do that. We knew we were going to give up some outside shots. I thought Harold did a really good job of stepping up and shooting some big shots. I thought Leah did a good job there late, stepping up and hitting some big shots. So it was almost pick your poison. I knew Jewel could pop us for 20, 25 points if we just played her one-on-one in the post. She's that good. I think she's going to be probably, by the time she's a senior, she's going to be something that there's going to be a lot of talk about her. You know, you don't have too many 6'1" girls that can shoot the ball like she does, and she's getting more physical as she gets older. You know, she's getting stronger. So, again, you know, it's just a good fought game. You know, I was proud of our girls. I thought, you know, Valley answered. You know, I told the girls there were going to be 2 runs in this game. Heck, I thought Valley had more than 2 runs. I thought they had 3 or 4 runs there late, and I thought we answered them. I thought we did a pretty good job of keeping our composure. You know, it got a little chippy down there, but that's Valley and Paoli. It's going to be that way. It's going to be physical, and it's a fun game, fun atmosphere. I told them this place is packed. This is the first time it's been packed like this for quite a while, and this is a sectional atmosphere. This is what we want. And, you know, both teams come out and laid it on the line and played really well.
How effective did you feel Valley's 3-2 amoeba-type zone worked with Atlanta at the top, running back down below, did against you guys?
You know, I kind of liked it. I really did, because it made us do something we didn't want to do. And that's the whole point. When you run a defense or you set up a defense against somebody, you want to try to go against their weaknesses. Well, I thought it did. When we made our adjustment and moved Jackie to the high post, it kind of nullified that, because then that left Keaton on the wing to where she could cut to the basket. And once Jackie gets the ball at the high post and does what I want her to do instead of what Jackie wants to do, which she did a good job of that tonight. I thought the high-low and the back doors were open all night, and in that type of zone that Marty was playing it, because it was almost a matchup at times. You know, we would try to run some of our man sets against it, and you would see them as we're going through it. I'm thinking, okay, it's man. No, wait a second. She didn't go through with the cutter, so it's the matchup. So it made me think, it made the girls think, and, you know, it's good defense. I wish we were disciplined enough to play a defense like that, you know, but at this point we're not. We play pretty decent man-to-man, and that's what I want to try to hang our hat on, is our man-to-man defense.
Coach, I think your basketball IQ is off the charts, and as an example, you had a fast break opportunity, and I'm not sure who, one of your guards threw it up court. Jacqueline Rice realizes she throws it to the wrong girl. It should have been Keaton on the weak side, so Jacqueline jumps up, touch pass over to Keaton for an easy layup. Beautiful play, and again, that just shows why you've won 16 ball games this year.
You know, that's where they have played together. I kid you not, and I say they. This junior class, along with some of the seniors, have played together since they were in the 3rd and 4th grade. And that's just knowing your teammate. That's just knowing. That is Jackie and Keaton playing together since they were old enough to play basketball. And that's knowing your teammate. Madison, I thought Madison Street did an extremely good job tonight getting the ball where it needed to go. Callie Jo Baker did a good job doing that. Anna Hutchison, I wish Anna Hutchison, we'd had her for 4 years instead of 2, because at 6'1", I thought she played Jewel defensively as well as anybody we had tonight. I thought she made it tough on her. I thought, you know, going straight up, she's hard to shoot over. But, you know, to have those kids that play together and have played together for so long, it makes my job kind of easy, because their basketball IQ is getting better, and it's pretty nice to watch them when I'm not having to holler out stuff and tell them to do this and tell them to do that. It's kind of coming instinctively, and that's a fun thing to watch.
Coach, as you move ahead now, as we talked about in the pregame, can't do anything about the schedule, but you're in the midst. You just started your first of 4 straight conference games. You've got a good Crawford team coming in here on Saturday, and then it won't be easy to play either at Mitchell or West Washington next week. But the important thing is you guys control your own destiny.
We do, and, you know, I told the girls, and I know I've told Dave and Bert both of this, and I said, you know, the conference is too good. I think our conference is evenly matched as it's been in quite a while, and you're not going to win the conference with 1 loss. It's not going to happen. You have to sweep it, and that was our goal from the beginning of the season. Is we want to sweep the conference. For us to win it, we don't want to tie. We don't want to co-champ. We don't want tri-champs. We want to win it outright. Well, we've got a pretty tough road to hoe coming up, so we have to go, and we're going to be playing in hostile territory when we go and play Mitchell, and when we go and play West Washington. Hopefully, we'll get to play Crawford County this Saturday, but depending on the weather, we might have to move it to the next Saturday. But regardless, our 2 road games that we're going to have next week are going to be very, very tough, very physical games, and we got to make sure that we're on point. The best part of it is if we don't have the game Saturday, we're going to get an extra day of practice, which I think we need. I think we need to kind of fine-tune some stuff again, I hate to pick apart. We win. It was a good win, but there were things that the coaches and I seen on the bench that we really, really need to kind of clean up. And I thought a lot of it was in the first half. I thought the second half was much better. But those are things, it's basketball. It's girls basketball, and they're teenagers. They're going to make mistakes, and now we just got to correct them and move on.
All right. Well, we certainly wish you the best, and we've had an opportunity to watch you twice now. An impressive win a month ago over Orleans. I thought this team playing even better right now. That's the whole point of it, to be playing your best basketball. Even after the conference is over, you're going to get a big test from the defending state champions in Eastern Pekin, which will be in your sectional as well. So you're going to kind of know where you stand, I think, heading into tournament time.
It doesn't get easier. That's the point. I mean, it's going to get tougher as we go on, and you have to be playing your best basketball at the end of the season. I don't like the way our conference is set right now, to where we're playing them all at the end of the season. But what better way to get ready for a sectional? What better way? Because you have to play some of the best teams in our area, and you got to be ready to play. If you're not ready to play, you're going to get beat. And that's really, really good for us going into sectional, because we've got a goal that we want to achieve there too. We want to go in. We want to win sectional. These girls have set these goals, and we're wanting to get those accomplished this year.
All right, you're halfway there to that conference title. All right, Coach, appreciate all your help and everything. Congratulations on the win tonight. Let's sweep that conference, and since Valley can't win it, you guys, we want you guys to,
we appreciate
take the trophy down.
We'll take all the help we can get, that's for sure. Thanks a lot.
And that is Scott Blankenbaker, the head coach of the Paoli Lady Rams, joining us after the contest here this evening, as Paoli defeats Valley on the Sullivan Financial Board at 54-39. We'll take a quick break and be back with more of our post-game activities from Paoli High School in a moment. This is Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
Signs may come and go, but one sign to watch out for that will always be there when you're buying or selling property is Trinkle Group Real Estate in Paoli. You can count on Trinkle Group to help you find just the right home or property in the exact setting you're looking for. Trinkle Group Real Estate is a member of a multiple listing service with many residential and commercial listings in the area. Talk to Rosemary Trinkle or any of her agents, and they'll get to work for you right away. For real estate appraisals, just look for the green and yellow signs of Trinkle Group Real Estate in Paoli. Call 877-723-5593.
Safety is a big concern when I'm driving a race car capable of 200 miles per hour. This is Chase Briscoe. Safety is even more important for me in my street car. Richard Burton, Steve Warren, and all of them over at Bedford Ford Lincoln and Roush decided that they wanted to help me out, so they put me in a 2016 Ford Fusion. 8 airbags, advanced track stability control, and rear camera make my new Ford Fusion have the highest safety ratings. You can put your family in one of these great cars too. Protect yourself and your family, just like me at Bedford Ford Lincoln. Chase Briscoe and Bedford Ford want to know who's next. Shop 24/7 at drivebedford.com.
As parents of a child who was actively involved in school athletics and extracurricular activities, Brian and Annette Hawkins of Wolf Contracting know the sacrifices parents make in attending games and getting them to and from practice, and salute these parents for their extraordinary commitment. As citizens who care about our environment, the Hawkins hope you'll join them in their recycling efforts to make Orange County a safe and enjoyable place to live. Proud to call Orange County home. Wolf Contracting, just west of Paoli.
Give your favorite pet some tender loving care with a visit to Julie's Wags and Whiskers in Paoli. Julie Apple and her staff specialize in pampering your furry friend with the best in grooming products and treatments. Needing hair trimmed, a manicure, or anything else? Just schedule a day spa at Julie's Wags and Whiskers to have your best friend looking as good as ever. For grooming services to keep your canine looking fine or your kitty looking pretty, bring them to Julie's Wags and Whiskers, just off Highway 37 on East Hospital Road in Paoli. Call 723-3110.
You're not going to work forever, are you? After all, you have plans and places you want to see, but are you saving to make it all happen? Return of premium life insurance from Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance can provide you with a 20 or 30-year term. And when it's over, you get all of your premiums back. Protection and a nest egg. Call Scott Blankenbaker, Tracy Tucker, or Greg Hamilton at 723-2704 today, or visit us on the web at www.infarmbureau.com. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We're part of your life.
This is Springs Valley Junior shooting guard Stevie McNew. Now back to more Lady Blackhawk basketball with Mike Hamilton on Q100.
And we are back here at Paoli High School, the auxiliary gym in Paoli, the site for tonight's game between the Lady Rams of Paoli and the Lady Blackhawks of Springs Valley, as these two longtime Orange County rivals hook up one more time. And for the 14th time of the last 15 meetings, Paoli with the win here on over Springs Valley, 54-39. Here are your final game stats for Paoli. They shoot 17 of 36 from two-point range, 47% in the field from inside the arc. From outside of it, 5 of 16 for 31% shooting. Overall, 22 for 52 from the field. The Rams shoot it just over 40%. 5 out of 12 from the line for 41%. That's something that Coach Blankenbaker will no doubt harp on in his talk to his team. They out-rebounded Springs Valley tonight 32-26. 13 of those 32 were on the offensive end. 14 turnovers for Paoli. 5 of those in the last quarter, so up until the last quarter they had taken care of it extremely well. Still 14, not an incredibly bad number. They had 15 assists on 22 baskets, 4 blocks, 13 steals in the game for the Rams. For the Hawks, they shoot 10 of 31 from two-point range. That's 32%. 3 out of 7 from downtown, 43%. 13 of 38 total, 34% shooting. We shot it not too bad in the line, 10 of 17, 58%. Like to clean that up just a hair. We did manage 26 rebounds, -6 against the Rams, 32. 6 of those 26 on the offensive end. The big number of the night is the turnover margin. 25 turnovers for the Hawks unofficially. That just simply will not do. 10 of those in the first quarter when the game got out of hand early. For the Rams, we hung in there at stretches after that, but never really seriously threatened beyond middle of the second quarter. 7 assists on our 13 made baskets. We did manage 7 blocks. Jewel McCormick had a bunch of them, and we had 8 steals. Individual leaders for tonight, assists. Jackie Rice had 7 assists on the night. She also managed to get 12 rebounds, so Jackie Rice with a big-time night along with her points, assists, and rebounds. Madison Street had a couple blocks. Kayla Bailey had 3 steals for the Rams. For Springs Valley, Leah Penturi had 2 assists. Jewel managed to get 6 blocks. She was a major factor in both of the zone and man-to-man defenses that the Hawks tried. We had 3 players get 2 steals each: Atlanta Nelson, Kyra Harrell, and Elizabeth Stimley. But you add all of those numbers up, and you end up with what was a very good performance by the Paoli Rams. Hawks were good in spurts, but couldn't sustain it. Bad outset, bad start of the game, a bad run at the end of the second quarter, and a bad beginning of the third quarter. Spelled our doom tonight as Paoli gets the win here at home against the Hawks, 54-39. We'll take our final break and have some final thoughts when we come back. You're listening to Springs Valley Girls Basketball.
Lonesome Al here for Riley's Orange County Quick Lube in Paoli, Indiana, where you can get the quickest oil change around.
What's the matter, Al? You look kind of queasy.
Well, I was just at the Quick Lube watching Mad Matt Sharp in action. He was moving so fast it gave me motion sickness there for a minute.
Wow, that sounds really fast.
Well, maybe I was just late taking my meds, but I could have swore he was changing oil in 3 cars at once. Mad Matt was moving so quick it made my head spin.
Now, Al, you know that's physically impossible, right?
Yet there it is. Folks, just roll on in to Riley's Orange County Quick Lube across from the Paoli Walmart for service so quick it'll make your head spin.
If you're looking to buy or sell residential, commercial, or farm property, then give the folks at Boyer Real Estate in Paoli a call. For over 45 years, Boyer Real Estate has made a lot of people happy by finding the right home for them. Whether you're needing a new house, a larger home, or are interested in buying an existing business, make an appointment now to see the professionals at Boyer Real Estate and find out how you can qualify for a no down payment home. It's your choice, so trust the buying and selling of your property to Boyer Real Estate. State certified appraisers in Paoli, 723-2291.
Go Springs Valley basketball and go to Babcock Motors, Orange County's only new car dealer. See the new Chevy Equinox and the big inventory of used pickups at Babcock Motors, your Chevrolet dealer in Orange County. That's Babcock Motors in Orleans.
The folks at Judy Meehan and Associates Real Estate in French Lick are big on Springs Valley girls basketball, and they're big on serving real estate buyers and sellers in Orange and surrounding counties. Stop by their office on College Street in French Lick and see what's available, or call Judy Meehan and Associates at 936-7300.
Go Blackhawks and go to Springs Valley Supply on Highway 145 in French Lick. Stop by for top quality Valspar paints for interior and exterior protection. And see the line of Cabot stains for steps and decks at Springs Valley Supply, your steel dealer in French Lick.
Back for the final time at the auxiliary gym here at Paoli High School, where Lady Hawks fall tonight to the host Lady Rams, 54-39, the final score, as Keaton Chastain goes off for 20 here tonight. Jacqueline Rice finishes with 15 as Paoli improves to 16-4 on the year. They stay undefeated in conference play at 3-0, and they're now 6-2 at home here on the season. Valley was paced tonight by the 11 points of Kyra Harrell, 10 out of Jewel McCormick, 9 more from Leah Funturi, but they dropped to 8-9 on the year. They'll finish league play at 2-4 and are now 4-5 on the road so far this season, with one more game left on this 5-game road trip, and that'll be another long one, but a certainly winnable game Tuesday night, Kevin, as they head down to Candleton.
Yeah, they got a chance to go on a run there, and they want to do that. They want to gain momentum for the sectional. Tonight, though, Mike, it was just simply a matter of, like those enchiladas I made last night, just too much rice when I put them in there. Too much Jackie Rice. She was just really good.
How long did it take you to work that up?
I've been saving it all night just for this, award-winning post-game show. But the Rams, they're strong, they're deep, they're talented, they're aggressive, they're tough, they're physical, and they had all too much of that tonight for us. Hopefully we'll use this experience to get better in the future. Tonight, though, the 8th-ranked team in the state showed why they're ranked that high. Rams win at 54-39.
Still a lot of good things coming out of Valley, and still playing a stretch where they are looking good at times. Just need to put more of that together within the course of the game.
Yeah, not good enough against these really good teams. To be good some of the time, you got to be like can't be like the girl with the curl. You got to be good all the time. You got to be an A student to play these premier teams. Can't get by with a B- or a C effort tonight. We had that at times. Good at times, no question. We hung toe-to-toe with them, outplayed them for stretches, but too many gaps there where we were just not good enough. That's basically what it amounts to. Paoli better than we were tonight, no question. Just got to take our lumps, take our defeat, tip your cap, get on the bus, and go back home, try to get better.
All right, Lady Rams home to Crawford County on Saturday, weather permitting, as they play their second of 4 straight, and as we said, they control their own destiny. If they sweep through Crawford, Mitchell, and West Washington, they win the conference outright. And as we talked about, Valley at Candleton on Tuesday night. JV action goes the Lady Rams' way this evening as they defeat Springs Valley 39-26. As always, we're grateful to our many advertisers who have allowed us to bring this game into your home car business wherever you might be tuning in, and we're especially appreciative of the cooperation we've received from our participating schools. So we send a thank you to the administration and coaches for both Springs Valley and Paoli High Schools. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast as much as it has been our pleasure and privilege to bring it to you. And with the impending weather situation, we're not sure what this weekend will bring. Keep it tuned to Q100. We'll keep you posted on the status of the boys' games tomorrow night at West Washington and at Shoals on Saturday. And then our next broadcast of the Springs Valley girls comes up on Tuesday night, as we will make the trip down to Candleton as the Lady Hawks take on the Lady Bulldogs. That will be an 8 o'clock scheduled tip with broadcast coverage to begin at 7:45. For our studio engineer this evening, Randall Ham, our statistician for tonight's contest, McKenna Purley, and for Kevin Terrell, this is Mike Hamilton, bidding you a fond and pleasant farewell from the Auxiliary Gym in Paoli, where tonight's final score on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard was the Paoli Lady Rams 54, the Springs Valley Lady Blackhawks 39. This is Springs Valley girls basketball.
WFLQ, the sports voice of the Valley, and thanks for listening for tonight's game, and brought to you by Bedford Ford Chrysler at the River in Bedford, Boyer Real Estate for residential, commercial, and farm property, offices in Orleans and Paoli, by Farm Bureau Insurance, solutions you need from a company you know, in Paoli, 723-2704. By Julie's Wags and Whiskers for pet grooming and boarding, just off Highway 37, East Hospital Road, Paoli, 723-3110. Legends Restaurant across from the Fountain in French Lick. Orange County Quick Lube across from Walmart in Paoli. By Smithville Fiber, offering DSL and fast internet service to customers to serve you better. By Spring Valley Bank and Trust, offices in French Lick, Paoli, and Jasper. Spring Valley Meadows, Highway 145, French Lick. By Sullivan Financial of Raymond James Associate Investments, Highway 60 and 9th Streets in Mitchell. Treacle Group Real Estate in Paoli. Look for the green and gold signs. Call 723-4663. And by Wolf Contracting, just west of Paoli, North County Road 275 West, 723-5158. High school basketball, a presentation of Q100 Sports. And you can best show your appreciation for the broadcast by telling and patronizing our sponsors. You're listening to your power station for sports, Q100 WFLQ First Lick.